few classics. So there is something for everyone. Reverend Darrell Cummings says he's happy to welcome them and thinks this is the perfect time to join together as a community.
For them to come to this neighborhood, to be opened up to the public. There are some perhaps that would have loved to come down there but didn't have the finances or the transportation. Here it's going to be made available to them, and hopefully this type of music will speak to not just your ears but to your soul. And again, I'm hoping that it will raise spirits and calm tensions.
The performance will take place tomorrow at 7:30. Don't go anywhere just yet. Aaron tells us how long we need to keep those winter coats out this week. Fingers crossed it isn't long. We'll be right back.
Stand by. You're back to live and local programming in moments on the Watchdog.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
Jim Frio Promotions presents Spring Beatings, April 16th at the Moundsville, West Virginia Penitentiary. Doors open at 5:30, first bell at 6:30. Tickets are $25 to $65 at the door. Tickets can also be purchased at Island Pawn and Gun. Up to 12 fights with 2 ABF title fights and 10 other local and professional fighters. Sponsored by Karen Bauer Distributing, WKKX, Hillbilly Hauling, and Island Pawn and Gun. Don't miss the action. We'll see you on April 16th.
Hi, this is Sandy Rios. You know, there's only one proven conservative fighter in the race for the U.S. Senate. Do you know who it is? Well, it's Josh Mandel. As treasurer, Josh was the only statewide official to support the heartbeat bill. It's Josh Mandel. He stood up in the Capitol when they tried to stop Christian prayer. It's Josh Mandel. He worked hard for 8 years to open the books for Ohio taxpayers. It's Josh Mandel. He had the guts to stand up to anti-Trump Governor John Kasich. It's Josh Mandel. He stood with parents against critical race theory. Josh Mandel, a proven fighter on the battlefield, will be a conservative fighter in the U.S. Senate. On May 3rd, vote for a candidate who time after time has fought for you and your family's conservative values. Elect Josh Mandel in the Ohio U.S. Senate Republican primary.
Paid for by Patriotic Veterans, Inc., a 501c4 committee, not coordinated with any candidate or campaign committee.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors. Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, the Watchdog.
Are you optimistic about the way that things are going? No, I never ever think of it at all. Don't you ever worry when you see what's going down. Well, I try to mind my business, that is no business at all. When it's time to function as a feeling human being, with your bachelor of arts help you get by. I hope to study further, a few more years or so. I also hope to keep a steady high. Will you try to change things? Use the power that you have. The power of a million new ideas. What is this power you speak of?
It's a
We have a special guest here in the studio today.
I can't believe I'm here. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I'm Bill DeFabio, across the way, Lola Miller. Last time I did this was last year in the studio. And I made a deal with my son and his girlfriend. Hey, they talked about going to Center Market, you know, and possibly going to St. Clairsville for a couple hours. And I said, hey, give me a ride into work. I'll give you a couple of bucks. I gave my credit card. I bet they'll go crazy. And so I'm here till 3. Lola, I want to thank you for taking care of me all
I haven't done anything, Bill. I'm just glad that you are feeling strong enough.
But I had to get in the studio sooner or later, at least once, to get the feel of it. I mean, I feel like a total stranger.
Well, you are.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who you were when you walked in the door.
Am I
Except
thinner
you
than-
gave me food.
Yeah, am I thinner than you?
What?
Am I thinner than you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you look. Yeah.
I'm eating like a pig and I can't gain weight. I don't know. But it's just good to be here. And boy, the floors look great. The place looks great. And I didn't mean to get emotional, but it's just hard to believe that I'm here. Hopefully,
I cry every day when I walk in here.
Yeah. I hope down the road I can do this continuously, but I want to take advantage of my son and his girlfriend, who I just met the other day, and she have friends in Wheeling, so I don't know if they're going to get together down in Center Market, but I gave them a list of things to do, and she's into books and stuff, so she can go in the antique bookstore and you know, go in the bakery, go down the street to Valley Cheese and Corey. She drinks wine, so I'm thinking to Fabio, you gave them your credit card.
You're a brave man. You're a brave man.
There are no jewelry shops around, are there?
Oh, I'm sure they can find something somewhere along the way down.
She's an outstanding young lady. Anthony waited like 2 or 3 months before I could meet her. He says, when we met just last weekend. And,
Oh, this is Anthony's girlfriend.
yeah. Or is it Brian? Brian's leaving. I think Anthony's going to leave the house, so they want to be on their own, and, you know, if they fail, that's part of life. But, yeah, she's very nice. I forgot her name. Nancy. Maddie. Maddie's her name. And she's familiar with Center Market, familiar with Wheeling, so I hope they have a good time until about 3 o'clock. Then I think I'm going to meet them down the street at River City, so they'll probably be hungry because they're going to do a lot of walking and whatever.
Well, we have a phone call already.
Oh, yeah.
It's our first guest.
Reverend Cummings, we had him on yesterday, and I told him, call us tomorrow, 12:15, as a reminder, because I'm not here Wednesday, but something big is happening on Wednesday. Reverend, it feels real strange being in the host seat. I always tell everybody, sit in the host seat because you'll become smarter. I sat in my host seat, and I think I become dumber.
No. You're right where you belong. You're right where you belong.
So I had to make a deal with my oldest because he's taking his girlfriend down the street to Center Market. So, and I'm only allowed to drive 10 miles. So.
All right. Well, thank God for your oldest.
Yeah, I took him down and came back here. Then I'll go pick him up and let them drive me home. Or Anthony will probably say, Dad, can we go shopping at the Highlands? And of course I'll say yes.
All right.
You know?
And nothing like you're going shopping at the Highlands.
Yeah, well, I spend a lot of money in West Virginia. Then I'm going to find the cheapest gas around. Lola's going to tell me where's that.
All right.
But we got like a, I can't call it a mini rock concert or anything, but there's a lot of good music. Wheeling, you just tell us what you told me yesterday in a nutshell.
Sure.
As a reminder, and you can give the phone number a couple of times, okay? And folks, keep listening because it's free.
All right. Well, thank you so very much for this opportunity. And I just want to let everybody know that they're welcome to come to the first ever Symphonic Linton concert that will be held at Bethlehem Temple at 330 Main Street in Wheeling, West Virginia. It's Wednesday, March 30th, 2022 at 7:30 p.m. It's the first time that the Wheeling Symphony Orchestra Quintet it's the string quintet, will be in the North Wheeling area, and we're very honored and humbled that they have said that they will come and play in our main sanctuary. It is a first come, first serve, and we would love to have you there. They'll be playing songs like The Arrival of the Queen of Sheba from Solomon, The Great Large from Xerxes, The Entertainer, I know that one, Yesterday by Paul McCartney, Wouldn't It Be Nice by the Beach Boys, Over the Rainbow, My Girl by Smokey Robinson, What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong, The Banana Boat Song, Harry Belafonte, and The Circle of Life by Elton John, The Lord's Prayer, and The Amazing Grace. And so I hope that you'll come out and be with us. What a great way to spend an hour with the family. We thank Rockby Labs for sponsoring it, and we're very glad to be the host. And I hope that somebody will come out and enjoy this time during this time where gas prices are going up and our stress level is going up because of the war in Ukraine and war in our own communities and violence in the land. Wouldn't it be great to just spend an hour to be able to hear some music that brings calm to the troubled soul? And I hope that you'll come out and be a part of it. I think they had on the news that somebody playing a violin in a bomb shelter in Ukraine, and all bombs going off all over the place, and they were playing classical music and just brought calmness in. We're hoping to do that on this Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. at Bethlehem Temple. For more information, you can call 304-233-8899. That's 304-233-8899. And good news is, God forbid, you're unable to come, you can watch it on our website at BethlehemApostolicTemple.org. That's BethlehemApostolicTemple.org. You can even get our app and watch it on your iPhone or Android phone. So however you like to do it, hope that you'll be a part of it.
Yeah. You know what? You always tell me if you need anything, you just call. You know what
Yes,
I need?
sir.
You know what I need, Reverend?
What do you need right now?
I need a limo ride from Washington to Wheeling for tomorrow. Can you help me out?
You know what? I will look into it. I can't make any
No.
promises, but I would love to be able to do it.
No, that's okay. Did you get
One day I'll have a limo. I'll send it out for you.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. You know what? A private jet, I could go around the country. You know what I mean?
Yes. I think with a private jet from Washington, PA to Wheeling, by the time the jet got up, you'd be back down.
Well,
you would skip the city.
There's a helicopter. You know when
A helicopter will do it. That'll do it. Yeah.
you know, 3 times the ambulance had to come to my house and so on.
Lord.
And the driver was the same guy.
Oh, is that
When I had the
right?
heart problem, he goes, "What the hell's wrong with you now?" And I said, "I'm pregnant."
Oh.
But I was in, and of course they're talking sports with me, and I just want to get to the emergency room. And I
Right.
said, "You know what? I stayed on the 7th floor of the hospital, and that's where all the heart patients are. The second time around, I don't know where they put me. I spent too much time in the emergency room. So I asked the ambulance driver, Tom. I said, "Tom, what if I, needed a helicopter to go to Pittsburgh or something?" He said, "You better have a couple $1,000s."
Wow.
I'm covered for ambulance service within 25 miles of my house. I think I pay $55 a year, and I'm covered. But a helicopter, no, I'm not covered.
Yeah.
So I often
Well, let's
wonder-
hope you never need it. Let's hope you never need it. So.
Yeah, well, I'm whatever. I woke up this morning. I guess that's a good sign.
That is a good thing. Any day you get up, that's a good day.
And if I don't get up, we won't be talking for a while.
Well,
Troubled,
hope that that's
troubled
not going
soul.
to happen.
This is good for the troubled soul.
yeah,
I
think
like
it
that.
is.
Can I steal that and use it later?
Absolutely, you can. And I do think that they say that when women are pregnant or when you're getting ready to take a test, that it's good to listen to classical music. It does something for the brain and perhaps for the soul as well.
Yeah, the brain. Okay. Yeah, I'm forgetting things. Maybe I need the magic pill for that too. I don't know.
I think you're doing well, but we're praying for you to do better.
Yeah, and By the way, I'm the special guest on my talk show today, okay, since I'm in the
Yes,
studio.
well, you deserve to be.
Well,
you,
wait till
you
I
are
start.
a special guest.
Wait till I start interviewing myself. I'll be back in the hospital on what is it called, the AAA floor,
Yeah,
the
no,
cuckoo
no,
floor.
You'll be all
Yeah,
right.
all right.
You'll be all right.
All right, we have a couple of minutes. Go over those songs again, or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you said, what did you say? You told me yesterday that you wrote one of these songs. I'm not sure.
Well, me and you are going to sing one.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It was Day-O, Day-O.
Day-O,
Daylight
Day-O.
come and I want to go home.
No, I don't want to go home till 3. Okay. And I don't want to go to Wheeling Hospital. Okay.
No comment.
All right.
It is the Symphonic Lenten services be held at Bethlehem Temple at 330 Main Street. The Wheeling Symphony String Quintet be their first time coming to the North Wheeling area, coming to our actual neighborhood. And the title sponsor is Roxby Labs. We're so grateful for them. And the songs that they will be playing is The Arrival of the Queen of Sheba from Solomon. I never heard it before, but it was written by G.F. Handel, and I'm looking forward to hearing it. It'll be the opening selection. The Great Large from Xerxes, also by G.F. Handel. The Entertainer, I've heard that one, Scott Joplin. And Yesterday, by Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
And then Wouldn't It Be Nice by the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
And Over the Rainbow by Harold Arlen. And My Girl by Smokey Robinson. I know you know that one.
Yeah.
And What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. Yeah. And the Banana Boat Song by Harry Belafonte. And The Circle of Life by Elton John. And The Lord's Prayer by Albert Hay Malati. I apologize if I pronounced it wrong. And Amazing Grace by John Newton. I think it's going to be a wonderful 45 minutes, and I really hope that it's a success. Of course, if it's a success, they'll perhaps do it again. Yeah. But if it's not a success, it was the one and only time. But I'm hoping for it to be a success.
Maybe me and you can go on stage. I got to think of. I got the
I'd be
soulful.
willing
I got
to
it.
go on with you.
I got the soulful 2.
Okay.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about that myself.
Yeah.
Now, tomorrow, I'll forget what I just said. Oh, there's a couple no-nos. I don't know if you mentioned it. No food or beverages in...
No,
yeah.
we at this time, we're asking that you don't bring food or beverages into the church sanctuary. Perhaps one day we'll be able to do that, but not at this time. You can have your food and beverages at home while you watch it online.
Yeah.
But we would love to have you in person if you're able to come.
Yeah.
And there is parking. There's parking on the side at 4th and Main. We're prepared for a number of cars to come in. Of course, parking is free. And we would love to have the doors will open. They'll be here at 6:15, but I'm sure that you want to just come in just before, so that would be at 7 o'clock. If you come in at 7 o'clock, you'll be able to get a good seat. And I hope that you will be able to leave with a smile. Yeah. What a great opportunity to bring your children, your grandchildren, your husband, and your wife. Have your friends and neighbors, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and your enemies too. And you may leave as friends. I encourage you to come.
Yeah, okay, well... And no masks, right?
No mask. The masks are not required, but if you choose to wear a mask, we have no problem with that. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that you're safe, but it is not required.
Okay. Well, if I come down, I'm going to have a bucket with a sign on it.
What's the sign going to say?
Lola Miller, Beer Fun. But I'm going to keep half of it. No, I'm not going to. I'd like to be there, but I can stream it. I know how to do that now.
Yes.
Because everybody's streaming.
If you do stream it and you put a comment on it and I find out about it, I'll make sure I acknowledge you.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. What do we got? A couple more minutes? You want to give the phone numbers again?
Absolutely. It's Bethlehem Apostolic Temple, and the telephone number is 304-233-8899. That's 304-233-8899. And, of course, if you want to watch it, go to BethlehemApostolicTemple.org. That's all one word, .org. And you'll be able to watch it live over our streaming network. So we're praying everything that goes right and that it'll be a good time. And I just want to personally thank you and the station and everyone there for even allowing us to make this announcement, and we pray that it all works out. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for what you do for our community. Thank you for what you do for me. Thank you for what you do for the ministry.
Now, what's coming up next on the Reverend Cummings Show?
The next big event will be our Easter food basket giveaway. It will be Saturday, April 16th at 11 a.m. We are looking forward to being able to help as many people as possible. I believe last year we helped close to 500 people, and we're prepared to do the same if the Lord says the same. It will be at the Dream Center. This one will be a drive-through. We're hoping it's our last drive-through. We're hoping that we'll be able to get back in the building by the next one, which would be in August, which will be our Adopt a Student program. But we're getting ready for Easter. Easter food basket giveaway, Saturday, April 16th at 11 a.m. At the drive-through. It will be one box per car. And so we encourage you, if you don't have a car, get with somebody that does. You're more than welcome to split the box or get somebody who doesn't need a box and just ask them to drive you through. We'll get you in and out as quick as possible, and we want to help you to have a very happy Easter.
Well, you know what I'm going to do for you?
What are you going to do, sir?
I'm going to Chicago.
Oh.
And I'm going to bring back some bunnies
Oh.
from the Playboy Club. Is that all right?
No, thank you. No,
oh,
thank
okay.
you. No,
That's a
thank
family thing, but
Yeah.
I don't even know if they got the Playboy Club.
I'm not sure what they have. I'm not a follower of Playboy, so I can't tell you.
I got a lot of issues in the early 50s. You want to donate them to
Oh,
charity?
Playboy no, we don't need those issues. Thank you, though.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to help you.
No, I know you are.
Yeah, hey, call us about a week before ahead of time so I can schedule you and give you a lot of time. How's that sound?
You've been very, very kind, and I sincerely mean God bless you both of you there. You're great people.
Yeah, well, we're here. We're the messengers in the Ohio Valley. You know, we got to get the message out.
Well,
or else we're not
you're
doing.
Definitely a blessing to the Ohio Valley.
Well,
Thank you
or else
very
we're
much.
not doing our job. Okay.
Well, God bless you.
All right, you ready for the
family,
first?
all of
You ready for the first couple of lines of My Girl?
Okay.
On 3. You ready?
I'm gonna let you start, and then I'm gonna join in.
Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3. I got sunshine, on a cloudy day. Do-do-do-do-do. When it's cold outside, I think of the month of May. And it's time to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
What do you think?
That's the gong show. They're gonging me off. All right.
Yeah, I might gong myself off. Knock myself out. I'd hit my head, concussion, back in the hospital. No, I won't do that.
Please don't do that.
Reverend, we're always here to help you.
All right.
And
God bless you both. Bye-bye.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's going to be a great thing. A lot of great music from all those great shows. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. You know, yeah, I'll be streaming that. 6:30? The doors open. Okay, I got all of his notes here. But the Reverend, he does a very good thing out of his heart, helping other people. And in times like today, people need some help. All right. Let's take a break. Take a break. It's the variety show with the special guest, Bill DeFabio. I can't wait to interview myself. How do you think that'll go, Lola?
Let's take a break, Bill.
Okay. You can interview me. How about that? No? By the way, did you have your sandwich?
No, not yet.
All right. Tom, who's back as a cook, I think got 15,000 cooks. He's back at River City, and I wasn't in the mood to make a sandwich or anything, so I said, you know what I need? And he used to make them, and I said, make sure Lola has, and he goes, lots of bacon, right? I said, yeah. Oh, Lola, when you pass away, you're going to come back as a slice of bacon, or 2 or 3. All right, we'll be right back with the variety show on a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Man, even if it's for one day, I love being back home.
Hi, this is Hoppy Kercheval. Join me weekdays at 10:06, right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe for Statewide Talk Line. I love guests, conversations, texts, phone calls, and all the big stories affecting West Virginia. So tune in weekdays right here on FM 98.1 and FM 97.7, The Watchdog.
Did you know Greer Lime Company's products are used in a variety of environmental applications that impact your everyday life? For example, Greer's Quick Lime and Hydrated products are fundamental to the key processes in drinking water and wastewater treatment, and their high-calcium limestone, Quick Lime, and Hydrate products are used in the removal of acidic pollutants from power plant flue gases. Greer's products are also used in coal mines to treat acid mine drainage and as alkaline amendment. Learn more online at GreerLime.com.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Check out Toyota's wide range of all-wheel and four-wheel drive vehicles, like the brand new Corolla Cross, with available all-wheel drive and more cargo room than ever. Or go off-road in a rugged new 4Runner. Visit your Toyota dealer today, or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Hurry, reserve yours. Offers end April 4th. Toyota, let's go places.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold, plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
Are you or your loved ones facing a serious legal battle? The law office of Paul Harris wants you to know you aren't alone. Do you need someone that's not afraid to go to trial and fight for your rights? Attorney Paul Harris and his team are willing to go where most firms are not, the courtroom. With a successful track record in civil litigation, criminal defense, including tax issues and healthcare fraud, Harris Law Office will fight for their clients by offering the most aggressive representation in and out of court. Call Paul Harris at Harris Law Office for a free consultation. 304-232-5300.
The energy industry is fueling the local economy. There are hundreds of high-paying jobs available now in the Ohio Valley. Join WTRF and the Ohio Valley Oil and Gas Association for the 2022 Ohio Valley Energy Job Fair on March 29th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Highlands Event Center, presented by the Stingray Companies. Meet with businesses from industries like oil and gas, electric utility, environmental services, and more. For more information, visit WTRF.com.
Hi, this is Sandy Rios. You know, there's only one proven conservative fighter in the race for the U.S. Senate. Do you know who it is? Well, it's Josh Mandel. As treasurer, Josh was the only statewide official to support the heartbeat bill. It's Josh Mandel. He stood up in the Capitol when they tried to stop Christian prayer. It's Josh Mandel. He worked hard for 8 years to open the books for Ohio taxpayers. It's Josh Mandel. He had the guts to stand up to anti-Trump Governor John Kasich. It's Josh Mandel. He stood with parents against critical race theory. Josh Mandel, a proven fighter on the battlefield, will be a conservative fighter in the U.S. Senate. On May 3rd, vote for a candidate who time after time has fought for you and your family's conservative values. Elect Josh Mandel in the Ohio U.S. Senate Republican primary.
Paid for by Patriotic Veterans, Inc., a 501c4 committee, not coordinated with any candidate or campaign committee.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts. You're never more than 30 minutes away from local and regional news with ABC News every hour. Plus coverage from Ohio, West Virginia, and WTRF TV at 1/2 the hour here on the Watchdog.
Okay.
Set upside down, you're turning. You're giving love instinctively. Round and round, you're turning. Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out and round.
My next guest covers Major League Baseball. I don't know if he travels. I don't care if you travel a lot too, Kevin Gorman.
No, I just did 2 weeks in spring training, and that's it for now.
You get a nice tan?
I got an Irish tan, which is also known as a sunburn.
Oh man, I really feel sorry for you, but that's okay. Glad you're back, and forget spring training. But I want to talk to you about this catcher Davis. A lot of hype here. Last time I saw this much hype on a Pirate, who wasn't around very long, I think was it Josh Bell? There's been so many Pirates, but when Hayes was first coming up, that's all people talked about. This Davis kid, is he true blue and going to be a good major leaguer someday?
I just got a glimpse of him down there, but talking to the catchers and some of the pitchers in camp, they're very impressed with the way he goes about his business. He's had the opportunity to, kind of establish an off-the-field relationship with Jacob Stallings, of last year's NL Gold Glove winner. They got in touch and had a chance to, talk about some things. And then this year, he's been picking the brain of Roberto Perez, who's a two-time AL Gold Glove winner, the Pirates signed as a free agent. And so he's had a chance to get to know some guys that have established themselves as major league, top-tier major league defensive catchers. And he's taking advantage of it. He's picking their brains. He's following them around, asking about, I think the most important thing, asking about their routines. He's a guy who wants to know how major league catchers go about their business and has already developed a routine of his own, which has impressed everybody. Because, that's something that you tend to see with the younger guys is that they have to kind of figure that part of it out. And even one player who just was, optioned to AAA, was talking about how, like, you just kind of tiptoe around the big leaguers when you're, a minor leaguer in camp and you don't know when to use the cage, you don't know when to get your BP. You kind of want to, I guess you kind of, let the big leaguers go first. And Davis has been very adamant about, like, getting in there, doing his things in a certain routine at a certain time. And that's what's impressed everybody. It's just the way he carries himself. And when I say the way he carries himself, not just in a physical sense, but also I think there's a lot of leadership qualities in this guy. And when I talked to him, it was kind of a very, yes or no sort of type of conversation, very brief and to the point. But every question you asked him, he emphasized how much he wants to win. And that's his prerogative. That's what he wants to do, is be a winner. And I think that's what the difference is with some of these young guys. Yeah. And maybe some of them just have to learn the ways of the Pirates. That's a lot harder done than said. But he's a guy who's come in here with the idea that, hey, we're going to build this thing from the bottom up, and we're part of the young guys are part of the solution. And so that's been kind of a refreshing thing, for the coaches to see a guy who comes in and talks that way and approaches the game that way. So there's a lot of people that are really excited about Henry Davis. And, like I said, we haven't seen him play much. He got a few innings. I think he played 2 games and got a few innings in some Grapefruit League games. But, went 0 for 2. But made solid contact against Major League pitching, and that's the type of stuff, the coaches want to see. But I think more than anything, they were just impressed about how he wasn't intimidated by the Major League atmosphere. In fact, he just really embraced it and acted like he was somebody who belonged, even though he has all of 8 minor league games to his professional resume.
Well, they had a good guy, a catcher, that was a big influence on the team, and he's no longer with them. That's Stallings. Is he a younger version of Stallings as far as making out with the teammates, like, hey, this is the way we should do it. He's a raw guy. I'm going to miss Stallings, but I guess I might like Henry Davis. I don't know.
Yeah, the guy that Henry Davis kind of reminds me of, and just in terms of the way he carries himself, and even like maybe the shorter, stockier physique, is Jason Kendall.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Now we're talking about Kendall came out as a high school draft pick, first rounder. Davis played 3 years at the University of Louisville, but this is a guy who's hit at a very high level, college baseball, and has the tools to be a terrific catcher. I think there's still some talk that he has to work on his, pitch framing and receiving and pitch calling and that aspect of the game. And that's why having time to spend with Roberto Perez was so important for him for the first couple weeks of spring training. But, I wouldn't compare him to Stallings in the sense that, Stallings was a guy who, played college baseball as well and had a good college career at North Carolina. But, he was DFA'd a couple times by the Pirates. He was their third-string catcher, and Francisco Cervelli got the concussion issues, and Elias Diaz was ineffective. And Stallings kind of got his opportunity by just working behind the scenes and learning as much as he could. And and understanding how important the pitch framing and receiving was, pitch calling was to baseball, and just kind of behind the scenes developed himself into a starting catcher. And then once he got an opportunity to be an everyday catcher, developed himself into a Gold Glove winner. And so all the credit goes to Stallings, but that's a guy who did that at age 31, whereas, Henry Davis is 22 years old, and he's a guy who, I think in his mind understands that there's a process he has to go through in terms of playing in, single A, double A, triple A before he gets to the majors, but feels like he should be in the majors sooner rather than later. So I could see this guy being on kind of a fast track. I don't know that we'll see him this season, but it wouldn't surprise me if he started the season at double A just to keep him with some of the top young pitchers and then have him up in triple A, sometime either by the end of this season or next year. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw Henry Davis in a Pirates uniform in, late 2023 or start 2024.
I'm sure the Pirates know this guy very well. Maybe they don't. Probably a lot of the young players consider him like an icon. Albert Pujols, back in St. Louis, what did he get, $1 million or $2 million a year, 2.5?
I think I got to think $2.5 million on a one-year contract, which is, now he's going back to St. Louis where he started his career and where he, when he left St. Louis for Los Angeles, he was already on a Hall of Fame trajectory. In fact, his numbers might have put him in the Hall of Fame if his career had ended after 10 years. I think he had something like 370 homers, and a lot of them came against the Pirates at PNC Park. But, I kind of said, if they're looking for a designated hitter, well, here's one guy who's out there, Albert Pujols. Now, he probably would have demanded more money to play for the Pirates, but if you consider that they signed Yoshi Tsutsugo for $4 million and Daniel Vogelbach for $1 million, $5 million they could have had Albert Pujols. He's kind of a platoon player at this point of his career, that he can play a little bit of first base and a little bit DH. But imagine the draw he could have been as he chases, I think, some of the all-time records. He's going to put himself up there in the top 5, top 10 in a lot of different categories by the time he's finished. And, last year he played for the Dodgers and had a chance, to play at a very high level again. So that's something that, a team that was a contender like the Cardinals is a perfect fit. And given that it was the Cardinals and he's kind of going back home, that makes it even better.
Well, he's slugged 50 home runs against the Pirates, 30 of those 50 at PNC Park. Yeah, I would pay to go see him.
No doubt.
He'll probably be their DH too, right?
I would imagine he's going to be their DH and spell Goldschmidt every now and then at first base. He's not going to be a late inning replacement. He's going to be a guy who, if they want to give Goldschmidt a day off or even a half day off, they could put Pujols at first and maybe even use Goldschmidt as the DH, and that at least rests his legs. That's the beauty of the DH in the National League now is that it does give some players a chance to keep their bat in the lineup, but have a day off from the field, and it keeps the pitchers out of the lineup. It's just strategically, it takes away a lot of the fun, double switches and late inning moves that managers love to make.
All right. Did you see, since each team has to bring on the road 5 players, named players or whatever, did you see anybody down there not named a Pittsburgh Pirate that impressed you?
Oh, there's plenty of guys that have impressed me that are not on the 40-man roster. But there's a guy that they added to the 40-man roster last November that really had a very quietly good spring training, is having a quietly good spring training. And that's the guy who right now is filling in at third base. I didn't see today's lineup yet. I'm not sure if he's starting today, but has filled in quite a bit of third base for Key Brian Hayes, is Diego Castillo. And he's a 22-year-old Venezuelan, or maybe 24-year-old Venezuelan, but he's a guy they got in the Clay Holmes trade last July from the Yankees, and he came over with Hoy Park. And he's just been a guy who can play second, short, or third. If the ball is hit to him, he gets the ball and fields it cleanly, and no fanfare, but also we've not seen him make any errors, knock on wood, and we've seen him hit the ball consistently hard. And, whether that's dropping for a hit or making a line drive out, he's a guy that has opened some eyes. And I don't know that he's going to make the opening day roster. I don't know that he's going to be a guy who's a candidate to start at second base, even though that's a wide open position. But he's certainly a guy that's made an impression on Derek Shelton and his staff, that they know that this is a guy who looks like he's maybe more ready than some of his other contemporaries that are at the AAA level that just need more at-bats or need more experience. And he looks like a guy who looks like he fits right in.
Well, you're going to fit right in now because I know you like to talk, you know your sports. So since I'm my own special guest, you can ask me some questions. Now, if I don't know the answer, I'll make one up.
Here's my question, Bill. And I only bring this up because I had a conversation with someone this morning who said, they watched the Pirates play the other day, and they couldn't name any players on the team. How many Pirates can you name? How many guys do you know that are on this roster right now before opening day? I mean, I'm kind of curious just what the average guy who follows the Pirates, whether they know how many of these players. Because I mean, obviously I know them, but it's just because I spent 2 weeks around them. There's a lot of kind of no-name guys on this team.
Yeah, well, I just know basically Davis, Hayes, who's the second baseman?
Well, there isn't one right now. They traded
Brian Reynolds,
Sure.
By the way, don't you think he'll be traded?
I do. I think this arbitration thing, I think this is a real bad look for the Pirates right now, that Brian Reynolds asked for $4.9 million. The Pirates countered with $4.25, and they couldn't find middle ground. Which tells me that the Pirates wanted Brian Reynolds to accept what he was projected by MLB Trade Rumors, does projections every fall. He was projected to get $4.5 million, and maybe that's where the Pirates felt like that's as high as we're going. We're talking about a guy who was an all-star center fielder last year, a Gold Glove and Silver Slugger finalist. He had 24 homers, 90 RBIs, hit 35 doubles, and was tied with Shohei Ohtani, and I think it was David Peralta or somebody. There was a three-way tie for most triples in the majors last year, and Reynolds had 8. He's really been kind of an example of doing things the right way. He's also been an example that he's just a guy who gets in the lineup and hits no matter where you put him. Yeah. It looks like the Pirates could hold that 2020 season, that COVID season, against him, where he batted 189 and really struggled with his timing. But that to me is one that's just kind of, you look at that and say, okay, that season really shouldn't be held against people because they had a 3-month or 4-month interruption from spring training until the start of the season. And some of these guys just got out of their routines and didn't really they had a shortened spring training. So that could be held against Brian Reynolds, but that the Pirates are lowballing him, that they're not coming in. I mean, Brian Reynolds is to me, he's worth $10 million. And so $5 million is a bargain for a guy like that.
What's he making this year?
Well, he's going into arbitration. He's going to have a hearing, and he submitted an offer of his sheet was $4.9 million. The Pirates countered with $4.25. So when you go to arbitration, as opposed to getting a settlement before arbitration, when you go to arbitration, the arbiter picks one side or the other, and so the Pirates are going to kind of tear him down in front of an arbiter, mediator, and then they're going to pick one. And so if Brian Reynolds wins, he gets $650,000 more than the Pirates were offering. But if he loses, he gets $650,000 less than he believes he's worth, and maybe he believes he's worth even more than that. So it has an opportunity to create some bad vibes, and if the Pirates haven't identified him as a guy they want to sign to a long-term extension, or if they did offer a long-term extension and lowballed him, it's just all a bad sign. Brian Reynolds is 27 years old. He's in his prime. He's a guy who probably would prefer to play for a contender. Now, I asked him about that. He said he wants to win in Pittsburgh. Hey, I want to win here. I think we can do it. I'm sure he's the kind of guy that would love the idea of the Pirates building around him. But I think what's the truth is he's in his first year of arbitration. I think he has 4 years of arbitration. By the time he gets to where the Pirates are a contender, which may take 2 or 3 years at best, Brian Reynolds is making too much money or is not willing to sign long-term, and the Pirates are going to trade him anyway. So I could see them trading him. And one of the deals I was looking at was a potential, just in terms of rumors. But Seattle Mariners have been shown to be interested in him, and that's where Adam Frazier, the former Pirates All-Star second baseman, is now. But they have some top young prospects. They have a guy that was their number 1 prospect 2 years ago, Jared Kelenic, who's an outfielder who's 22 years old and projects as a center fielder, right fielder type with corner outfield power. And then they have the number 3 player in minor league baseball in Julio Rodriguez. Now, if you could get one of those 2 guys, I'd trade Brian Reynolds tomorrow, because you have guys that are probably more in line with where your prospects are in terms of where they're going to be coming up. When you're going to have guys like Henry Davis and Nick Gonzalez, the 2020 first-round pick, and Quinn Priester from 2019, when you're going to have those guys ready to make it to the majors, all of a sudden, a younger outfield prospect would fit right in with that group, whereas Brian Reynolds would be kind of on his way out at that point.
Wow. Seattle, are they dome, or are they, when they moved into a new stadium, it was outdoors?
I
don't know.
don't know. I've never been out there, but I think it's a dome. I'm not even sure. But
Well,
I
that'll
think
help
they
him
have to be
too.
a dome
That'll
as
help
much
him
as it
too.
rains.
How about San
Yeah.
Diego? I always heard San Diego. San Diego, they got the minor league players, but I guess they didn't have enough to put a package that Ben Sherrington liked.
Well, Ben Sherrington has had trade partners with the Padres, the Joe Musgrove trade and the Adam Frazier trade are two that he made. He's had trade partners with the Yankees where he's traded Jamison Tyone and then Clay Holmes. He had the trade with the Red Sox with Austin Davis last year. And, and I think Cleveland is another potential one, that he's had trade partners. But, yeah, you're looking at those guys. At Miami Marlins, he traded Stallings. They've shown interest in Reynolds. So there's some guys that he's worked with. It's just a matter of which teams have the most pressing need. And that's the thing. I mean, we just saw the Colorado Rockies go out and trade for Randall Grichuk from the Toronto Blue Jays. And so there's got teams out there that are looking for help right now, especially if they lose somebody to injury or, if they decide somebody is either, too costly in arbitration, whatever. I could see the Pirates making a deal for Reynolds, although I think at this point, this late in the spring, they don't really have the outfielders to afford to lose a Brian Reynolds. I mean, the three guys they have vying for two outfield spots in the corners are guys that most teams would be at best their fourth outfielder. And some of them, they'd be fringe major league players like Anthony Alford and Greg Allen. Ben Gamble would be a fourth outfielder on most teams, and those guys might be starting outfielders for the Pirates. So at some point, you can't deplete your outfield depth that much without getting something in return that could step into the starting lineup.
Would you say that Starling Marte, smiling all the way to the bank?
Sure. He's got a good deal, and he's with the Mets, and the Mets have now, two of the best pitchers in baseball, and Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer, who signed with them. So the Mets are a team that's willing to spend, and that isn't always the straight path to winning is spending, but starting Marte being on a team where he's not being asked to be the focal point plays right into his alley. He kind of has a Evgeny Malkin-like mindset in that regard, is that he doesn't want all the attention, but he's capable of being a star. We've seen that. He's an all-star. He's a Gold Glove guy, but he's the kind of guy who's not going to carry a team on his shoulders. That's just not his disposition, the way it is for guys like, even Andrew McCutchen, just as a comparison. But Marte, he's in phenomenal shape. So he's one of those guys that I never saw him as the type of guy whose career was going to tail off when he hit 30, just because he took such good care of his body.
Yeah. Is Bob Nutting the new owner of the New York Yankees? Because they didn't spend diddly you-know-what in the offseason.
Yeah. I don't think I could say that after having just been to George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa on Sunday and seeing the difference in that ballpark versus, Bradenton's Lecom Park, the old McKechnie Field.
Yeah.
You just walk in and you see the difference. And one person observed that this was a little bit over the top, for a spring training facility. And I thought, no, this is considered top of the line for a spring training facility. And by the comparison, the Pirates looks like a minor league, facility, which is what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're asking your pro team to train in a minor league facility as opposed to having a pro team train in a top of the line major league facility. And that's where you see the stark contrast between the Pirates and the big market teams. And when you see when the Pirates played on Sunday, Garrett Cole started for the Yankees, and the Yankees they didn't play particularly well, but they hit 5 home runs, and 2 of them were by Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
And so they have that power in the middle of their lineup to make up for mistakes. And that's where the Pirates don't. They don't have anything to account for the margin of error. So anytime there's a mistake made, it becomes magnified with the Pirates. Anytime there's a mistake made with the Yankees, it's just a matter of maybe 1 or 2 swings of the bat, and they're right back in the game.
The Red Sox, did you catch a Pirate game at Red Sox?
I did not, but I have been to Fenway South, and it's very similar to the Yankees
Is that cool?
facility in the sense that it's spectacular. And there's several of them. I think the Braves have a new facility that's fantastic. The Pirates is more in line with Ed Smith Stadium, which is actually nicer than Lecom, but Ed Smith Stadium in Sarasota, a very old-school minor league ballpark, but has a little more charm to it. But the Pirates are in line with that, and it gives you an idea of where the Pirates are in line in Major League Baseball, that the Pirates and the Baltimore Orioles are 2 of the worst teams in baseball and have 2 of the smallest payrolls, and they're 2 of the teams that are, perennially, right now at least, at the top of the draft.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask you one final question because we're running up against the clock. Who's going to win the Final Four? Who's going to be your national champion in about 12 days?
As much as I think it would be poetic for Coach K and Duke to go out as national champions, from what I've seen of them this season, they weren't as impressive to me as the dominance that we've seen from a team like Kansas. So I think Kansas is the favorite, but I'm not going to count out Jay Wright and Villanova. I think Jay Wright has done with Villanova what Pitt fans were hoping Jamie Dixon would have done at Pitt, but didn't have the patience or the support to make it happen. I think they out of patience with Jamie Dixon, but I kind of always kind of thought Jamie Dixon had Jay Wright's number at Villanova, with the exception of that Elite Eight game that they lost on the Scotty Reynolds last-second shot. But Jamie Dixon tended to beat Jay Wright more often than not, and I felt like they were very similar type programs. Villanova's benefited from staying in the was it the Big East or the America East? Yeah, I mean they've stayed kind of local and benefited from that by having strong regular seasons. Whereas Pitt jumped into the ACC, and I think people thought Pitt would stay at the very top, just like they were in the Big East. But it's like you took the best of the ACC and the best of the Big East and put them into one conference. So if you were top 3 or 4 in the Big East, the best you could hope for was maybe to be top 8 in the ACC, and that's if the calls went your way, because the ACC has Duke and Carolina, it has Virginia, it has NC State. It has all these traditional ACC powers that I think the Big East schools felt like outsiders against, especially with the officiating. So, if in my heart of hearts, I think it would be cool to see Duke win and Coach K go out that way. I have a feeling that it's going to really come down to Kansas is probably the favorite at this point, although I'm pulling for Villanova.
All right, I'm pulling for the old guy. You know what I mean? I'm only 5 years away from his age. He's what, 75?
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm 70. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be really cool if they run opposite sides of the bracket. It was Duke, Carolina, in the championship game.
But there was nothing like St. Peter's and what they did. That was one of the greatest shows I've ever seen, with
That
the
was
exception
great.
of Will Smith. Hey, we'll talk next week. Thanks for the baseball
Thanks for having me,
info.
Bill.
All right.
All right, we'll see you.
Okay. All right. We'll be back after this, and we're going to talk a bit about football. The Rooney Rule. There's been some adjustments made, okay, for the betterment of, let's hear from Jim Wexell, Steeler Insider. We'll be right back.
I cherish the moments with you. Respectfully, I say to thee, I'm aware that you're cheating when no one makes me feel like you do. Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out and round, upside down. Boy, you turn me inside out and round. I know you got your...
The Watchdog is FM 98.1 W251CY, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7 W249DU, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Face-to-face talks today showing promise between Russia and Ukraine. Turkey hosting the negotiations, the first of 2 days and the first in 3 weeks.
The whole world is waiting for good news. That's what Turkey's president told Russian and Ukrainian negotiators as a new round of ceasefire talks opened in Istanbul. Recep Tayyip Erdogan urging both sides to end the conflict. We are seeing some signs of compromise, but expectations of a breakthrough remain low. President Volodymyr Zelensky says Ukraine is willing to declare its neutrality, that is, give up joining NATO, and Russia appears to be narrowing its military goals, with the defense minister now saying he'll focus on the eastern Donbass region. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Americans 50 years and older or who have a high-risk health issue can get an additional COVID booster shot. FDA regulators approving a second booster dose if a person had a prior COVID booster at least 4 months ago. ABC News medical contributor Dr. John Brownstein says it will be offered but not recommended by the CDC.
At a population level, yes, we expect that this additional booster could save thousands of lives heading into the fall. But beyond that, we're just not clear. And so we don't want to undermine the existing booster campaign. Most people have not gotten that first booster. So this is that adequate sort of hedge. If you are eligible and you're over 50, consider getting that booster.
A California judge issued a decision after receiving evidence surrounding former President Trump's actions on January 6. ABC's Rachel Scott has more.
The most decisive ruling yet, Judge David Carter declaring it is more likely than not that President Trump broke the law on January 6th, calling the former president's attempt to stop the certification of the election a coup in search of legal theory, adding the illegality of the plan was obvious.
The investigation into the January 6th attack continues. You're listening to ABC News.
On our first date, we had masks on and kept 6 feet apart. Now, we're a lot closer.
Just like Cliff and Deb, thousands of singles over 50 found their perfect match on Silver Singles last year.
I feel like I'm 20 years old again, and I'm pretty sure she feels the same way.
Rediscover the magic of dating with Silver Singles, the exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio. silversingles.com/radio.
Let's add a little red right there. Hey, we'll be right with you.
For Bianca's flower shop, spring orders and Mother's Day are a tricky arrangement.
Hey, can I get help repotting this fiddle leaf?
She needs to put the pedal to the metal and find more florists.
We're running low on daisies. How does that even happen?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Gas prices are down in most of the U.S. except in one state.
Defying the markets with oil prices down and the rest of the country reporting lower gas prices. Gas in California, just like last week, has gone up again. The Energy Department reporting the average price in California is up 5 more cents to $5.76 a gallon for regular unleaded. But just about everywhere else in the country is down for the second week in a row to an average of $4.23 a gallon. The lower Atlantic region has dropped to $3.99 a gallon. Alex Stone, ABC News.
South Dakota lawmakers declined to recommend impeachment charges against the state's attorney general.
A South Dakota House committee has decided not to recommend impeachment charges against State Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg over his actions surrounding a deadly car crash in 2020. Despite fellow Republican Governor Kristi Noem calling for Ravnsborg to be removed, House Speaker Spencer Gosch says,
"We did not find an impeachable offense."
Ravnsborg struck and killed 55-year-old Joe Beaver on a rural highway in 2020. Ravnsborg initially reported it was a collision with an animal and that he didn't realize he hit a man until he returned to the scene the next day and discovered Beaver's body. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
Walmart says it will stop selling cigarettes in some of its stores. Locations in California, Florida, Arizona, and New Mexico could be among the first to make the change. Target and CVS have cut cigarettes out entirely. This is ABC News.
At CDW, we get new work environments can bring new distractions.
My kitchen is my new office. It's also home to our new family smoothie machine.
While CDW experts can pre-configure Dell Latitude 9000 series laptops with built-in AI that learns how users work to minimize disruptions and help you and your organization stay productive. Ooh, even when life gets messy.
I'll get the hose.
For technology that helps you adapt, trust Dell Technologies and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Learn more at cdw.com/Dell Client.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
What started as a one-time project by 2 businesses in Findlay to help Ukrainian refugees has grown into an ongoing multi-organizational initiative. John Monk with affiliate station WTOL-TV in Toledo explains.
That $87,000 donation of trauma center supplies was just the beginning. Now the initiative, called Project Help Now, has grown in Findlay. Multiple local churches have begun donating and packaging emergency medical supplies to be shipped directly to refugee camps in Eastern Europe. Project Help Now is still asking for direct medical supply or online monetary donations, and the organizers say the initiative will continue as long as they see a need in which they can help. I'm John Monk, reporting from Findlay.
And in Akron, the Humane Society of Summit County is looking for owners for a group of dogs that were recently rescued from an abandoned home. Dave James reports.
Last week, Akron Municipal Court awarded the Humane Society ownership of 18 Beagle Dachshund mix dogs that were rescued from an abandoned home last month. A local landlord reported the situation to humane agents who investigated the allegations, then seized the dogs. Agents found 11 adult dogs and 8 puppies alone and frightened, many of them confined to one room. The dogs were abandoned without any food or water, living in filthy conditions and in their own waste. Another dog was discovered dead in the basement. Dave James, ONN News.
And I'm Daniel Barnett on the Ohio News Network.
Thank you for riding with the Watchdog. Live and local. Just the way you like it.
Honey, you know the twins are juniors in high school this year, right? You know what that means. We have to figure out how we're going to pay for college.
Looks like one of us is going to have to get a second job.
Or we could sell the boat and the motorcycle.
Like I said, one of us needs to get a second job.
Wait, I heard that Metro News is giving away a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan that includes room, board, tuition, and fees.
What? Room, board, tuition, and fees? That really is a full scholarship. And West Virginia Wesleyan is one of the best colleges in the entire state. We need to look into that.
And so do you. If you have a current junior in high school or know someone who does, go to WVMetroNews.com and click on the 2022 WV Scholar Program presented by Greer Industries. The application deadline is April 30th. It's easy to apply. Go to WVMetroNews.com and click on the Apply Now button today. Remember, the application deadline is April 30th.
Every day, fraud, foreign interference, and big tech censorship threaten America. Nothing is more sacred than fair elections, and no one understands that better than a warrior who's dedicated his life to defending our liberty, Frank LaRose. Frank LaRose proved his courage on the battlefield, serving in Iraq and Kosovo, earning a Bronze Star for valor as a Special Forces Green Beret. Frank LaRose proved his political courage helping make Ohio's voter ID laws among the toughest in the country, banning unsecured drop boxes, ensuring illegal immigrants can't vote, and purging thousands of fraudulent voters from the rolls. Frank LaRose has the courage to take on anyone who dares to interfere with America's elections, whether that's a hostile foreign power or powerful liberal elites. The courage to defend our values, the courage to defend our votes. Frank LaRose, the courage to lead.
Paid for by Americans for Secure Elections, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Hello, everyone, from the Watchdog. I am the Storm Tracker Darnell Foster. With a look at your local weather forecast for your Tuesday. Partly to mostly cloudy skies, a cold day with a high near 47. The overnight low of 35 with a few widely scattered showers. Clouds and sunshine and a milder day in store for your Wednesday with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to the outer limits.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, the Watchdog.
I do believe in you, and I know you believe.
Well, I'm feeling stronger, or I felt stronger the second I walked into the studio because I miss Lola so much. Well, I missed her. And you missed me, didn't you, Lola?
Oh, yes, I did.
Did I surprise you when I walked in the door? Yeah. Okay, I tried to keep that a secret. Biff knew about it, but I said, Biff, don't you dare say anything to him. Did he say something? No. Oh, okay.
No.
The NFL has made some adjustments to the Rooney Rule, and I can't read what I wrote this morning. Here we go. Beginning this season, 2022, all of the teams, what are there, 32, must employ a female or a member of an ethnic or racial minority to serve as an offensive assistant coach. This person will receive a, one-year contract and work very closely with the head coach and offensive staff to gain experience. Well, we have Jim Wexall on the line. He's a very knowledgeable guy when it comes to the Steelers in the NFL. When I read this this morning, Jim, I thought opportunity leads to experience. And there's going to be a lot of young people gain some opportunities that might lead them to a job. I think it's a good move by the NFL. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts. I feel like I ought to go Will Smith on you with that, Billy. Come on. You think women should be coaching the NFL?
I don't know.
Really? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know.
Trying to be a nice guy.
I don't want to be a mean guy because it's an opportunity. You don't know. You know, I never thought I would see a female as an official in the NFL. And from what I understand, she did a pretty good job. So I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this: how many players would you say are black
in the NFL?
Yeah,
72%.
How many coaches are black?
2.
2%?
No, there are 2 coaches.
Okay, there's a problem there. There's a problem there. That needs to be kick-started. Something needs to be done about that. There appears to be some racism involved there. No. If all the players are black but nobody can coach, that's not right. Okay, now, how many women are playing in the NFL?
That's a no.
Yeah. So does there need to be jump starting? Is there what's the word for misogyny? Is there misogyny involved? I don't think so. I don't see. I think you're going out of your way to put somebody in a coaching position that has never played the game except maybe kicked extra points in high school.
Yeah. Okay. Good point.
Hey, maybe there's 1 or 2 high school females out there, but hey, my daughter plays soccer, and I'm very proud of the way she plays real football. And there's a lot of pride with those women and how hard they play, and how feminine they still are. And I'm really proud of my daughter, the football player. But American football is a foreign entity to her. I mean, she's a great fan, but she's never played that. She wouldn't. She would have to be taught how to coach first.
That's true.
It's just absurd. It's absurd.
Yeah, and I didn't realize this. I didn't realize this, so I checked out the whole story, the AP story, written by Barry Wilner. I think he's covered football for decades. A total of 12 women coaches started a 2021 season, which was an all-time high. I didn't know that.
Mike Tomlin said to me about women officials. He said, "Hey, I'm all for it. Just don't microwave them. Put them on the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't fast cook them and just put them in there because you think they need representation. Let them go through the same stages of the same trials as men do. And I tell you, it's going to take, their trials are going to be more difficult because of their lack of experience in the game. Kill me for that. I try to be as fair. In my dealings, I'm fair. But I think this is just an odd step. There are other problems in the game that need worked on. What is this? blather. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. And frankly, I don't know how these position groups. I think there was a coach with the Redskins, a defensive line coach. Do the players respect her? Boy, I don't know.
No, I wouldn't think so. I don't know. You got to earn respect. I don't know.
They are pros. They are pros. And there are things. I mean, there's great organization involved, great film work, communication skills, all of those great things that women can do and men can do on an even par. But I don't know if you're out in the field and you see something in their handwork or they need chewed out and motivated. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, let's get a woman's perspective out of this. Lola, what are your thoughts on this adjustment so far to the Rooney Rule? What are your thoughts?
I understand who they're trying to appease, but I don't know that it is the right move to make.
Okay.
Especially in this time where everyone is ranting and raving and there's an affirmative action case in front of the Supreme Court coming up, and now you're going to press the point in the NFL too. I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about it, first of all, but on the surface, it's the NFL once again trying to wiggle their way out of something. Was there a huge demand to have women put in as coaches? I haven't heard any huge outcry about it. And the women that have been named have been celebrated for being the first in this and the first in that. But I haven't heard that it's some huge problem inside the NFL. Coaches of color should really, if that problem should be tackled immediately. But just blanket statement, all right, from now on, everybody has to do this. I don't think it's right. And I am far from somebody that would say to deny a woman the opportunity, but to put basically a requirement in that you have to hire so many. That kind of smacks like, well, women aren't capable, so we're going to give it to them anyway.
Good point. Good point. Okay, let's stick to the NFL on this item. It looks like we're going to have that overtime change that I guess a lot of coaches have been wanting. It's like, you win a coin toss, the old rule, I think they're going to change it. You go down and score a touchdown, the other team doesn't have an opportunity. I think they're going to change that rule where you have the opportunity. You like that change that we could possibly see real soon, Jim?
No, I like the rule as it is. I even like kick a field goal and win. So I like sudden death overtime.
Ooh, okay.
If the argument is that the game has changed and it's more offense, well, then start drafting defensive players. Don't just say, well, we can't do it, so we want to change the rules. We refuse to draft defensive players. We refuse to have a good defense. We still want to draft offense. Just change the rules to appease our poor drafting fundamentals. I don't. Poor babies have to watch TV and their team doesn't get fairly treated in overtime. Can't we do it like college and everybody gets a fair chance? Hey, man, you got a fair chance in regulation to win the game.
Yeah.
Now, guess what? It's up to the coin flip. And they've already appeased you one way by saying it can only end with a touchdown on the first drive. So, okay, now we have to appease what's an adjective to describe the fan who's at home and wants more offense?
Crazy.
Thank you.
I need more offense. This isn't interesting enough. We need more passing. Give me a break.
Yeah, but you know what? They only want more offense when it's their team doing it. you know. Well, they want to win by 120 points, you know. Yeah.
You know, there's only been one defensive back ever drafted first in NFL history. Do you know who that is, Billy?
Dick LeBeau?
It was back in your era. You know, close.
Back in my era.
A little back more in your time.
Well, what do you want to do? Go back to the 40s?
Back when you were in your prime.
I never knew if I was ever in my prime. I give up. Who was it?
It was a Steeler, the early 50s.
Dick Hoke?
No, he was a running back.
Oh, okay.
Gary Glick.
Gary Glick. I remember that.
The disastrous bonus pick. He was the first pick of a draft. I forget who went next. I think Lenny Moore. But Gary Glick's the only defensive back ever drafted first. So you want to keep doing that. You know, you want to keep passing on the Rod Woodsons and the great DBs because your fans need more offense. The TV ratings need more offense. And they'll change the rules to appease your poor drafting. Don't worry. Yeah. And maybe you can get a nice woman coach.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, did I just cross the line?
You know, you used a good word, though. This is what the NFL does with everything. They appease some group. Yeah. And isn't that old saying that the squeaky wheel gets the grease? You know, so, we can't upset, you know, this little group over here because they want this and that. The NFL is notorious for appeasement.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, John Fox, was he a member of the Steelers coaching staff at one time?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because
he came in with Rod Rust, and he coached Rod.
That's right. Yeah. Well, he's now a member of the Colts coaching staff. He's a senior defensive assistant. Okay.
Well, that can never be a bad hire.
No.
But I was going to say, speaking of appeasement, the National League now is a DH, right?
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know how you feel about that stuff, but it's just, that's it. And then arguing with the people that need that stuff. Oh, we got to watch a pitcher bat? It's all boring. You know, baseball's all boring. Let's not bastardize the rules. So anyway, here we go with that. But yeah, John Fox, great coach. Rod Rust, one of the underrated defensive coordinators in Steelers history. He's one of Rod Woodson's favorites. And Rod Rust kind of got those boys ready for Capers and LeBeau and Cower when they came in with the zone blitz. Rod Woodson said a lot of the principles that Rust taught them really helped them with Capers and LeBeau. And Carnell Lake loved LeBeau because of not just the zone blitz and the revolution that the zone blitz presented, which Capers totally absorbed, and Cower let them both go. Yeah. And Capers let LeBeau go. But LeBeau looked at defensive coordination from a secondary point of view. And Lake loved that. He thought it was the smart way to go about it. Everybody knows about pass rushers and what they can do. But LeBeau made sure the back end was tight and fundamentally sound in all of his coordination. So anyway, little Steelers history. Anyway, what else is on the agenda today?
I have it marked down. Ask about, what is that? A Steeler linebacker coach who we felt he thought he knew more than Chuck Noll. He was kind of a wise ass. Who am I thinking of? He had his hair combed back, not very tall. Because I remember in the old cafeteria, you know, I can do this. We should be doing that. The next thing
I didn't cover the team way back when you did.
Okay.
But there's Woodenhofer and there's Bud Carson. Woodenhofer was a linebackers coach, and Bud Carson was coordinator and secondary coach.
This would have been in the mid-'80s when the team was awful.
David Brazil?
No. He coached with Blackledge. Blackledge was what, the offensive line coach?
Mm-hmm.
But this guy always, you know, every time we talk to him, and Eddie said, he thinks he knows it all, Eddie Bouchette. I was thinking this last night. I said, Wexel would know. But that's
well, I don't know what they looked like or who thought they knew it all because I didn't cover the team, but I've written about Hal Hunter and David Brazil and
he would have been with Hal Hunter. Oh, man.
Yeah,
That's all
right. I don't know.
I'll think about it when my kid drives me home, but that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, that's all right. Hey, when's the draft? 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
End of April.
Okay.
My mom asked me when the draft was yesterday, and I said, "Do you need to know when Christmas is too?" I mean, come on, Billy. It's the end of April, always.
Okay, well, when's New Year's, huh? Come on. Hey, the brain
But,
cells.
how
The
about
brain
the-
cells.
how about
Go ahead.
How about the linebacker the Steelers signed yesterday? You want to talk a little bit about him?
I missed the boat. Who was it?
Jannard Avery, 1-year contract. And he's interesting because people are telling me he's an outside linebacker. The coaches and all are in Florida trying to get women on coaching staffs right now, so we don't have the answer. But this Jannard Avery, he came out in 2018 as an inside linebacker at Memphis who, on third downs, put his hand down and played defensive end so he can rush the passer. 6'1", 250. 6 foot and a half to 250. So very interesting run plugger. It's like Vince Williams, except he can run much faster. And he played 4-3 outside linebacker for the Browns and the Eagles. But everybody says he should be a 3-4 outside linebacker. I always thought he should be an inside linebacker. I think the point I'm making is this is a talented athlete who has been underrated and can probably play all 4 linebacker positions. But my guess is he'll be used as an outside linebacker, the number 1 reserve behind TJ and Highsmith. But I think he could also play some inside linebacker. He's a 250, so that's a little heavy. Bush is like 233, and Schobert was about 228, something like that. But this guy's about 250, so he's a Vince Williams level thumper with more speed. But anyway, he's a possible key reserve for them and replace Taco Charlton as that number 3 outside linebacker.
Yeah,
but also some emergency inside linebacker capability.
Was this the kid a few years ago was drafted by that team in Ohio called the Cleveland Browns?
He was in the 5th round, and I had thought he was a 2nd or 3rd rounder, so I grossly miscalculated. And the Browns took him, and in his first game, in the opener that year, he strip-sacked Ben Roethlisberger in overtime to set up the winning field goal for the Browns. Late in overtime, T.J. Watt blocked the field goal, and they walked off with a tie. But Jannard Avery put the Browns in position to win the game, and the Browns refused. So now the Steelers have the guy. He went to the Eagles after the Browns.
All these stories seem like to have a reference to the Cleveland Browns in some category. Okay, you got 30 seconds to tell me what's going to happen to Baker Mayfield. And don't tell me he'd be a backup for the Steelers, because that'll never happen.
Well, I don't know that it could never happen, but they've got to pay him $19 million.
Yeah.
What a disaster. I mean, what are they doing?
They don't know.
So anyway, they've got to pay him $19 million, and maybe they can trade that. If they didn't guarantee this last year of his contract, like the Steelers never do, they could trade him, or they could cut him and not have to pay the money, or I don't know, extend the contract, spread that $19 million out a little bit. But man, if you want to trade him, the team you're trading, you have to give a draft pick to the team to take. You're not getting anything back. You're just getting the $19 million off the books. So for me to explain to guess what's going to happen, I have no idea. And it's a mess. I'm guessing they'll keep him, give him the $19 million, and not invite him to anything. Keep him off the bench because he would probably have a bad attitude.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd have a bad attitude. You pay me $19 million, I'll sit on your bench. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll sit on the bench, take your money, and still make those commercials at an empty stadium. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to wimp out. I don't have a guess. I just think the Browns will have to keep him, pay him, and not use him.
Who's the Patriots' backup quarterback? Do you know? A former Steeler, right? Boyer?
Hey, you know more than me.
Yeah, Brian Hoyer, the Michigan State guy that Mike Pursuta thought would be an all-pro someday.
Well, what are you trying to tell me?
Well, he might be a good backup at the Patriots in case their number one guy gets hurt or something.
Yeah, but, I mean, you're going to pay $19 million for a backup?
No, I wouldn't pay $9 million for a backup.
Unless the Browns give you a number one pick to go along with it, but they've already traded all their number one picks for the next decade.
Yeah, they don't have anything coming up in, 10 years? Oh, I don't know. It's all crazy, but you know what? The National Football League, it's never a dull moment, even if there's no off-season anymore. So we're at the bottom.
It is exciting.
Yeah, it is. It keeps you happy, keeps me happy, because I can talk to you and learn more about football than I think I would ever know, because you're very knowledgeable, you have a lot of experience, and you don't have a life.
Are you sure you're okay today? I thought you were feeling stronger.
Well, I was,
but doesn't sound like you.
I'm a little bit tired.
Sound like you.
I'm a little bit tired, but that's okay. Hey, whatever.
I hope Lola walks over and does a Will Smith right upside your face.
Yeah. Okay. Before that hand hits me, I'm going to go because I thought it was all staged.
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't?
No way.
Okay. All right.
No.
Okay. And everybody was talking about that yesterday. I'm watching ESPN 1, 2, 3, 4, how many they have, all the sports stations. They will lead off with this: Will Smith and Chris Rock. Give me a break. I want to watch sports.
Well, I introduced it into your show now for a second time. I didn't get a reaction the first time.
Yeah. All right. I thought it was, I don't know. Remember, we're dealing with actors and entertainers. They'll be talking about this 40 years from now.
This was too stupid of a move to be staged.
Yeah.
Chris Rock's cool, but hey, I don't know. Do you have to pick on somebody's wife? I don't know.
No, I thought that was
wrong. Comedians do. But doesn't she cheat on him or something? I don't know. I don't know.
I never went out with her. How do I know? I don't have any experience with the girl.
I really don't have much respect for any of them.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch. I just woke up and saw the blowback.
Yeah, okay. All right, we're at the bottom of the hour. Thank you. We'll talk next week, okay?
Okay, take care. See you guys.
All right. Jim Wexel. It's great to disagree with anything he says or agree, whatever. I don't know. Did you think it was staged, Lola?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention to it. You know who I feel sorry for? Were all the people that worked their asses off for years to get an Oscar, just the nomination.
Yeah.
And can you tell me who won a single thing?
Oh.
Because all the news was all about that.
Yep.
And it wasn't fair.
No.
And it was selfish.
Yes, it was very selfish.
All
yeah.
that went down because nobody could enjoy the moment.
No. No. Well, let's take a moment and take a break, and we'll be back with one of your favorite shows, the Wine and Cheese Show, okay, with Janet and maybe someone else not named Corey. We'll be right back.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Chris Lawrence. The next superintendent of Wood County Schools is expected to be named tonight. Board of Education this week has interviewed 4 finalists to replace Will Hassefluke in July. The 4 finalists include 2 current members of the Wood County School Administration, Assistant Superintendents Christy Wills and Michael Fling. Also, Richard Duncan, who's superintendent in Roane County, and Walter Saunders, director of federal programs and assessment in Ohio County Schools. Hassefluke will leave to become the superintendent in Jackson County. Work on the Jefferson Road widening project in Kanawha County and the Trace Fork Bridge and Access Road will really start to pick up in the weeks ahead. That will include an overpass over the main line of CSX, which State Transportation Secretary Jimmy Risden says alone will be a massive improvement.
I have personally seen folks sit out there and just wait forever while those trains are blocking that road, and it just doesn't seem to end. It seems like it takes forever for those trains to get through there. This completely takes that out of play, completely.
That is Risden, who spoke at a public hearing about the plans last night. He admitted it would be a temporary inconvenience. However, once finished, he said it would be well worth the short-term headache. U.S. Senators Joe Manchin and Shelley Moore Capito out with announcements today of reimbursement awards for COVID response by WVU and WVU Medicine. $8.9 million being awarded in funding to cover expenses like PPEs, testing, screening, and disinfection services during the pandemic. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. A woman has been charged with making a bomb threat to St. Joseph's Hospital in Buchanan. The Upshur County Sheriff's Department charging 39-year-old Joyce Wall with making terroristic threats after she was overheard to say, quote, she was going to bomb this place and kill everyone inside. Now, the criminal complaint indicates once in custody, Wall asked if that was not freedom of speech, and deputies say she then stated all she wanted to do was burn the place to the ground. She's being held at the Tigard Valley Regional Jail. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on The Watchdog. I'm John Thayer. All 32 NFL teams will hire a minority offensive assistant coach for the 2022 season, part of a series of policy enhancements announced yesterday to address the league's ongoing diversity efforts. The coach can be a female or a member of an ethnic or racial minority, according to the policy adopted by NFL owners during their annual meeting, and will be paid from a league-wide fund. The coach must work closely with the head coach and the offensive staff with the goal of increasing minority participation in the pool of offensive coaches that eventually produces the most sought-after candidates for head coaching positions. The women's Final Four is set for Friday in Minneapolis. Louisville will play South Carolina. UConn meets Stanford. For lightning-fast sports updates as they happen, download the free Score app today. I'm John Thayer with the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on The Watchdog.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver with advanced technology and equipment so we can reach over 160 million addresses across the country. We're delivering for thinkers, doers, movers, shakers, groundbreakers, future makers, innovators, trailblazers, disruptors, streamers, dreamers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/delivering.
My leg was painful, red, and swollen just doing the crossword puzzle. I could have put off telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
He told his doctor and found out his leg pain, swelling, and redness are deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot which could travel to the lungs and lead to a pulmonary embolism, which could cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing and be deadly. If you have one or more of these symptoms, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking. Now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Honey, you know the twins are juniors in high school this year, right? You know what that means. We have to figure out how we're going to pay for college.
Looks like one of us is going to have to get a second job.
Or we could sell the boat and the motorcycle.
Like I said, one of us needs to get a second job.
Wait, I heard that Metro News is giving away a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan that includes room, board, tuition, and fees.
What? Room, board, tuition, and fees? That really is a full scholarship. And West Virginia Wesleyan is one of the best colleges in the entire state. We need to look into that.
And so do you. If you have a current junior in high school or know someone who does, go to WVMetroNews.com and click on the 2022 WV Scholar Program presented by Greer Industries. The application deadline is April 30th. It's easy to apply. Go to WVMetroNews.com and click on the Apply Now button today. Remember, the application deadline is April 30th.
Plumbers and Steamfitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steamfitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steamfitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
Hi
it's Howard Monroe. If you are looking for the latest news, be sure to catch the Watchdog Morning Show every day. We've got it. If you're looking for interesting and timely interviews, be sure to check into the Watchdog Morning Show every day. We've got them. And if you're looking for an occasional laugh, yep, check in with the Watchdog Morning Show. We'll give you that as well. Plus rants and texts and calls and more. I'm Howard Monroe. Join me and Brad Leonard every weekday from 7 to 10. It's the Watchdog Morning Show right here. Wake up with us.
Now I'm not worried about this hard. I knew I missed something, not named Lola. I miss Janet and Corey. Janet always brings us a few surprises, and she outdid herself today. And if any of my doctors are listening, oh, it's radio, it's a family show. It's my decision to do what I want today. Have a little bit of wine, and this cheese. You want to explain, Janet, what this cheese is?
That's a baked cheese. Some people call it a bread cheese. It's no carb. You can actually put it on the grill, put it in your skillet, in the microwave. And I mean, it doesn't lose its shape, really. It tastes just like, and I just put it in the microwave for you guys and brought some marinara sauce for you to dip it into. But it tastes just like a cheese stick without the breading, without being fried. I mean, it's delicious. I have one also that has Italian herbs in it too. I think both of them are just awesome. But you can also drizzle like honey over top of it too. And it's gonna go great with this honey-dew joy wine, won't it?
This
But
wine is really
it
good
is
too.
really good.
But this is interesting. This cheese.
It is.
It's really good.
It is awesome. I mean, imagine with like oregano and basil and stuff on it too. But I mean, that one's just the original.
Imagine this on a pizza.
It would be great on a pizza, wouldn't it? But it looks like it's been baked already. It has like
Have you had
the
this all
charred
along, or is
marks
this
on
something
it.
new?
We carried it last spring, and I brought it back. It's just something really good. If you're watching your weight, you're trying to stay low carb.
I want to gain
Cheese
weight.
is great to do that with, and this is just something so different.
My neighbor took me shopping the other day at the grocery store, and I think I had 2 paper bags. I get my paper, because then I put magazines and stuff in it for recycling. I hardly bought anything. It was like $150.
Expensive, I know.
It's unbelievable.
So you might as well treat yourself to the
Yeah.
good stuff right now. If you got to pay the high price, you just enjoy something better.
And I don't know if I told you this before, maybe Corey, even the price of Spam has gone up.
It probably has.
And I always look at the labels, I'm figuring if it lasts 4 or 5 years, good. 20, 35. Imagine the preservatives.
Right. That's a lot.
But I see all those Spam commercials in the frying pan and eggs, and I get hungry.
Right.
But things got to be real bad if I got to survive on Spam,
No, absolutely.
The cats eat very well.
Now, you guys, don't denigrate Spam. We had it in scalloped potatoes last week.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's salty enough that
Right.
it adds even more flavor.
Yeah,
to
I do that
potatoes.
with my leftover Easter ham or whatever.
yeah.
But Spam, I don't know.
Hey.
It's like putting hot dogs in it. Hot dogs in your scalloped potatoes.
When you open your pantry and it's like, ooh, and that's all that's there, and you're really hungry, that's what you're going to eat.
Right?
Yep.
Spam and macaroni and cheese.
Yep.
It doesn't sound bad, actually. I think I would like it fried more than just sliced and put on a slice of bread with some mustard. I think
You
it
like
would have to
fried
be
bologna?
warm. I do. I love fried bologna.
I didn't know what that was till I came here.
Fried garlic bologna is my favorite.
Garlic bologna? I love garlic.
bologna.
I don't know.
With a big slice of onion.
Oh, yeah. Ketchup. I would have to have ketchup, too.
Well, this is unique. Made in Scandinavia?
No, it's a Wisconsin cheese. Where'd you see Scandinavia on it?
Maybe I made it up.
I think you might have.
Juusto, a buttery, flavored, flat, and squeaky cheese made in Scandinavia for over 200 years.
Okay, so I missed that part. I mean, it's distributed from Wisconsin, and it
Yes.
says, that it's a cow's milk cheese, but it's just got such a unique flavor. It's $5. I think that's like an 8-ounce package. They come vacuum sealed. I'm telling you, it's just a cheese you have to try. It's just delicious.
Yeah. Traditional cheese created with milk from cows on Wisconsin pastures, hand milked by Amish farmers. You know, growing up in a farm in Bentleyville, I could milk a cow. I mean, I would, never mind. Delivered to our plant in chilled milk cans. Too much information. Too much information.
Are you familiar with halloumi? Halloumi is a Greek-style cheese that actually has mint incorporated in it, but it's sort of like this, too, where you could put it on the grill, put your grill marks on it, melt it in the microwave, and it didn't lose its shape, did it? I just sliced those up into like finger-sized sandwich slices and popped it in the microwave. It's amazing.
I love the squeaky part.
I know. I like the squeaky part, too. That's when the fresh cheese curds come in handy, too, with the squeakiness. Once they hit room temperature, they're just fun. They're just fun to eat. 'Cause
No,
they squeak.
no added sugars or anything.
No. So it'd be no carbs either.
No.
Doesn't have the breading.
Calories,
you're not frying it in
110.
oil. I wonder, it would be delicious if you put that in the air fryer, probably.
Cut in
so
strips and
good.
serve for breakfast or dessert with
Right.
jam, honey, or syrup.
Uh-huh.
Great as an appetizer.
That would put weight on you, Bill. There you go. Get you a couple packs of that.
Lola weighs more than I do.
She might.
Me, I don't weigh a lot, but I'm all brains. Well, I take that back. Lola, why don't you talk about the wine? Why do you like it and why you don't?
It's refreshing. It's crisp and
really good.
refreshing. It's a great spring and summer wine.
Castello del Poggio.
Poggio.
Poggio. It's like a Moscato, but it doesn't say Moscato on it.
It's not as bubbly as Moscato is. Do you think?
No, it doesn't have the bubbles. You're right. Semi-sweet.
What's the fruit in it?
Honeydew. Natural fruit flavor. Yeah, it's got to be the honeydews. I mean, that's the name of it. Honeydew Joy. Tropical delight made with all natural sweet melon flavor. Yeah.
It is really
I can taste it. That's good. That'd be great with like grilled chicken.
Yep.
From the grill.
It'd be good for Easter on your table too.
Sure will.
Give me the bottle, I'll show it on Facebook here. Italy, Italia. 5% alcohol. Unlock your senses. Oh, that leaves me out. Okay. Here it is, folks.
That would be a good Easter table wine.
Yeah.
God, the wine bottle's
Once
wider
the-
than my body.
Once the weather
Yeah.
changes too and starts to get warmer, that would be a really refreshing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Refreshing
Unlike
treat.
today.
Right.
Or tomorrow.
Tomorrow. It's supposed to be very nice.
I won't be able to. I know. It was 17 the other day, and it's going to be 71 tomorrow.
I know, it's crazy. It's amazing.
Here, Lola can
I'm
take
ready
this
for
home.
the better weather. I
Lola
mean, it
can take
really
this home.
produces the foot traffic. Also, people outside enjoying the weather and coming in for low-fat meals, salads and
Yeah.
turkey sandwiches and things like that. And bread cheese, baked cheese.
Yeah. Well, you're always full of surprises. You know?
That's a really good one, I know. I'm glad that I
oh,
invested
yeah,
in that. And I've had a few people in the past ask for it, but it's really delicious.
What kind of soup did you bring?
Broccoli cheddar.
Okay,
That's our Tuesday special.
okay.
But I'm going to throw in some bean soup here in the next week and a half and just change it up a little bit, you know. Seasons are changing. It's time to change the menu
Easter's
around
around
a
the
little
corner.
bit. It is.
Yeah.
Lots of gift baskets and cheese
Yeah.
plates and fruit platters and
I'm thinking Easter more so than Christmas. It's special with baskets. You know, you can put a chocolate bunny in there, or those, what are those little marsh peeps? Folks?
Yeah, the
What-
marshmallow peeps, yep.
Yeah, Dollar General. You can get like 4 or 5 of those for $1.
Right.
Where in a grocery store, it's like $1 for like 4.
They have them all different flavors now, though.
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense to me. They just
No,
need
I
to be
like
the
the original, the
old-fashioned,
yellow ones.
sugary.
Yeah.
Yep, I like the pink ones.
Oh, I forgot
How
about the
much
sugar.
flavor can they actually put on?
I know,
I
but
mean,
there's
it's all marshmallow.
There's birthday cake flavor, and I think I even saw pumpkin spice or some kind of cinnamon. I know that just
Oh,
sounds
Janet,
gross.
you just ruined our lunch.
It just sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it is disgusting. Thank you.
But I mean, I would try anything once.
Yeah.
Probably, I'd give it a shot.
Okay.
Yeah, if they're only going to charge me a quarter.
Right.
You know, there's a very iconic pizza place closing in Washington, March 31st. A lot of people from Wheeling area go there. Walther's Pizza. They've been around as long as Oso's here. 60 years. I used to go there when I was it's 1968. What was I? A junior in high school.
Sounds like they're
That's right.
retiring.
Well, it's about the youngins don't want the store anymore. It's just a little corner building. They haven't even painted it since I saw it. It's right next to Trinity High School. A slice of pizza was a dime. You got a soda, like a can of Coke, Pepsi, 5 cents. Okay? It's a little bit more than that now. Probably a slice of pizza be worth more than a dime, right?
Probably would.
Yeah. And it's going to close March 31st. You can't get in there right now. As soon as the place was open yesterday, because I happened to go around it to go to the mall, my neighbor drove me to the mall, and I said, Dwayne, what time is it? He said, it's 10 after 11. I said, well, I got to get back and do a talk show. We'll forget about the mall. And there were cars parked behind cars in the alley. People wanted one last ride.
Right.
And it's nothing fancy. Anyhow, Mr. Walther, who I've known for years, wants nothing to do with it. And guess what? His kids want nothing to do with it. But rumor has it they're going to open a pizza shop like Walter's, only change the name near Pittsburgh. They should just stay there. I mean, well, there's rumors that people who own that property are going to tear it down, put a parking lot or something. That always happens. Like our old building, someday that'll be a parking lot. But so the only thing left that's iconic, Shorty's Hot Dogs and Oso's. So I like the mom and pop places.
That's right.
You know, the corporate people. I mean, yeah, there's Domino's, 4-star, whatever.
Well, they're the ones that work the hardest, too. They care about their job. They love their job. You
Yeah.
know, they want to stay in business. You know, you just have to. I mean, with the inflation of all these prices, too, I've tried not to raise hardly anything, but, I mean, it seems like almost everything's gone up a quarter.
And there's going to be a
or
wheat
so.
shortage, right?
And I'm hoping not. It's going to be a hard time making a sandwich without bread.
Yeah.
Gonna do
You
a
could
lot
sell
of
breadless
turkey
sandwich.
roll-ups, I guess. I
Yeah,
could, and we do that right now, honestly. Lettuce wraps and things.
Yeah.
We'll take romaine lettuce and put your meat and cheese in it.
Yeah.
Roll it up.
That's
You know, those are really good.
They
the first
are.
time I saw one, I thought, well, this is kind of ridiculous.
But it's good. I mean,
yeah, and it's light and crisp.
it is,
Yeah,
yes.
it's a good summer afternoon.
Now, what cheese other than the one we have would go with that? There you go.
I would still stick with the white sharp cheddar that I have. I love it. Or the
Okay.
Irish cheddar that I have. It's kind
What's
of
the Irish
milder.
cheddar like?
I don't think you tried it, and I don't know if I brought it for everybody else or not while you were out. But it's white and it's mild. It's just.
This is so good.
It's just delicious.
This might be the best white wine I've ever had. Well, Lola don't have to worry about taking that home.
Probably not.
Boy, that brings a smile to her face. No, I got to be careful, even though I'm not driving. But that's really good stuff.
It is really good.
You know what that costs? You know what that costs or anything?
I would imagine it'd be on his $10 shelf,
Probably.
maybe 12
Most popular
bucks,
shelf
15.
in business.
Yeah. I'm just throwing a price out there. I don't know. I can't quote it. You know, Corey's not here.
What's he doing in Morgantown? Is
I'm
it a
not
show?
sure. It has to be something wine related.
Well,
Probably
you
a
know,
business write-off. you know, a business trip.
Yeah, knowledge is the best, right?
That's why I like going to Amish country, because I can write it off, kind of. Because I'm investigating and I'm buying things.
When are
new
you going there
things.
again?
I'm not sure if they're having their food show or not this year. It should be
I would think
this
it'd be-
month.
Yeah.
I may have missed it. It's just so hard to get away, kind of, right now. I mean, not that we don't have enough help. You know, that's a lot of other businesses' problems, but it's just.
You know, I need
there's
another job.
So much
I'll
new
be
going
happy to
on.
work for you
Yeah.
for $20 an hour.
We'll work for cheese.
No. No, no, that's okay. Well, you're busy. I remember it was time
Yeah.
that you had that sad look on your face when business was bad.
It was a trying time.
And who
that's for
told you
sure.
things want to get better?
I know, and
You
they
know?
did.
Yeah.
They did. And I think that a lot of new people are aware that Center Market is really a happening place.
It is a happening place.
It really is. There's so much to do, so many new businesses. I mean, there's another antique shop that just opened up in the
How many you got? You got 5,000
month or
down
two.
there.
No, there's never enough antique shops.
Okay.
If you're an antique shopper, you want to hit them all.
Want to put me in the front window? I'm an antique.
You could maybe be the model.
So there's another one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Well, this Friday is First Friday.
It
No.
sure is.
Yeah.
April, it would be.
Yeah, so that would be April 1st. Oh,
April Fool's Day.
oh boy.
You better look out.
Is it Friday?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Menopause, the musical, is Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you
Which
going to that,
can-
Lola?
Yeah. You would love it.
It's at the Capitol.
Yep. It is one of the funniest, and it's so true.
I would love it.
We only got about 2 minutes. Not even.
Not even.
About a minute and a half.
Okay.
Tell them about your basket that would include lottery tickets and a bottle of wine.
And some delicious cheeses, of course, and we have Amish fudges, beef jerky. We could almost put anything in it. Jams, jellies. We have the roll butter for your Easter table to put on your rolls and, you know, baste your ham and whatever in. But yeah,
And you'd
I
even
mean,
throw in a
there's-
small can of Spam.
I could do that if
Yeah.
I sold it, but I do have pickled bologna I could incorporate in there too.
But I
if
like
you
garlic
like
bologna.
a pickled meat.
Yeah, but I like the garlic bologna. Yeah, I'm a garlic freak too. All right.
Yeah.
Janet, it's good to see you.
You too.
You know, I'd rather be seen than viewed.
That's true.
Okay, all right. Hey, thank you very much. I don't know when I'll be doing this again. I'm lucky, you know. My kid and his girlfriend are shopping somewhere. I think they started in Center Market. I gave them a list of where to go.
Good.
All right? They said, we got to try this great fish sandwich that's a piece of fish between 2 slices of white bread. I spoiled them. Then I made the mistake, because I think they're going to St. Clairsville. I said, here's a credit card. Then they want to go to the Highlands. Oh, I hope there's no jewelry shops or anything we hit. But I gave them a card, have a good time. I got a ride, so we'll do this again, whether I'm at home in my room or here.
Sounds
You know,
good.
always take care of Lola.
Will do.
Because Lola, when she's happy, it's a good show. I got to get out of here. Coming up, we have Army and DJ, okay? And a whole lot more in hour number 3.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. At the White House, President Biden just wrapped up a meeting with Singapore's leader today, both discussing security in the Indo-Pacific region and also Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The president, at a briefing, commented on the peace talks between Russia and Ukraine today, showing some promise for the first time since Russia began its attacks. The president saying,
We'll see. I don't read anything into it until I see what their actions are. We'll see if they follow through on what they're suggesting.
Ukraine's president signaling that Ukraine would be willing to pledge neutrality, not join NATO, in a deal that would also see Russia agreeing to withdraw its forces to the territories it occupied before the war began. Nearly 4 million people have fled Ukraine so far, the majority of them in Poland. ABC's Miriala Villarreal has more.
For the people that we've spoken to here in Poland, the reason why they're staying here is because there is a hope that this will not last very long and that their time here in Poland will be short-lived. There is a feeling that maybe they'll be able to go home sooner than later, but again, they're watching these talks very closely right now.
The Omicron subvariant on track to become the dominant COVID strain in the U.S. The FDA today authorizing another COVID vaccine booster for Americans 50 years and older or those in high-risk groups if they've had a booster at least 4 months ago. States have lifted mask mandates, but federal mask rules still in place on board planes. Now a group of states is suing to change that.
Led by Florida and joined by nearly 24 other mainly conservative-run states, a lawsuit claims a mask mandate on board planes and other forms of transportation is illegal and goes beyond the CDC's authority. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
I think more people would want to fly if they did not have to have that for 2 hours or 2.5 hours.
Previous challenges to the airplane mask mandate have fallen short in the courts. A current public transportation mask rule is set to expire next month, but could be extended again.
ABC's Alex Stone, you're listening to ABC News.
So the dream was to build your very own law practice. Be your own boss, call all the shots. But have things like billing, HR, timekeeping, and all the other management stuff turned your dream into a nightmare? Take charge of your practice with Lexicon. We're the intersection of practice management software and legal support services for your firm. You'll get more billable and livable hours back. Lexicon marks the spot for all your practice management needs. Visit lexiconservices.com/intersection to get the whole story or schedule a demo.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job?
Not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and
sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner?
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hungered in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungeredInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Increased security in Israel after the second ISIS-linked assault in a week.
Raids, detentions, arrests, and social media tracking. Security forces cracking down on suspected Islamic State sympathizers here in Israel after 2 deadly attacks left 6 Israelis dead in just 1 week. Over 30 spots raided and at least 12 detained. Israeli leaders also meeting with senior Palestinian Authority officials and the King of Jordan as they look for help to prevent further attacks ahead of Ramadan and Passover. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Some British lawmakers facing hefty fines for the so-called Partygate scandal during the height of the pandemic. ABC's Tom Rivers is in London.
Police here have just handed out fines to 20 people over parties held by Prime Minister Boris Johnson and his staff during COVID lockdowns. And more could face the same fate. The Metropolitan Police Force says it won't identify the recipients, though Johnson's office said it would reveal if he gets one.
ABC's Tom Rivers in London. Appellate Judge Patricia Guerrero, the daughter of Mexican immigrants, is the first Latina to serve on the California Supreme Court. In his appointment of Guerrero, California Governor Gavin Newsom says it's not just about the first, it's about the best. 50-year-old Guerrero said she's the product of sacrifices and struggles of her parents, and she says of her grandparents. This is ABC News.
Mrs. Fogelman, ready to hustle but and muscle.
Membership numbers at Sly's Gym have been racking up.
22 people have signed up for 6 a.m. buns of steel.
Now he needs more certified trainers to do all the heavy lifting.
I'm gonna have to bulk up my staff.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
This is ONN. On the Ohio News Network, I'm Daniel Barnett. A 4th attempt to redraw state legislative districts in Ohio by a Republican-dominated commission has been submitted to the Ohio Supreme Court just hours before their deadline fell. Tino Ramos reports.
The Ohio Redistricting Commission did pass House and Senate maps last night, drafted as backups. Now, the commission voted 4-3 in favor of these maps. The commission was working with 2 independent map makers to try and create fair voting districts, but it appears that it ran out of time. So the commission decided to revive maps previously declared unconstitutional, and they did make some adjustments. The court rejected 3 previous attempts, and there didn't seem to be a lot of confidence that this version will make it through. In downtown Columbus, Tino Ramos.
And the Cleveland Clinic has opened a new hospital in London, England. Clay Gordon has the story.
The hospital focuses on heart and vascular issues, digestive disease, neurosciences, and orthopedics.
The 8-story facility has 184 inpatient beds, including 29 ICU beds and 8 operating theaters, a 41-bed neurological rehabilitation ward, and a staff of more than 1,100 caregivers. The building converted into the new hospital was originally built in the 50s as the headquarters for an energy company. It's located across the street from the Buckingham Palace complex. I'm Clay Gordon.
And I'm Daniel Barnett on the Ohio News Network.
More live and local programming than anyone else in the Ohio Valley. The Watchdog returns in moments.
Hi, this is Sandy Rios. You know, there's only one proven conservative fighter in the race for the U.S. Senate. Do you know who it is? Well, it's Josh Mandel. As treasurer, Josh was the only statewide official to support the heartbeat bill. It's Josh Mandel. He stood up in the Capitol when they tried to stop Christian prayer. It's Josh Mandel. He worked hard for 8 years to open the books for Ohio taxpayers. It's Josh Mandel. He had the guts to stand up to anti-Trump Governor John Kasich. It's Josh Mandel. He stood with parents against critical race theory. Josh Mandel, a proven fighter on the battlefield, will be a conservative fighter in the U.S. Senate. On May 3rd, vote for a candidate who time after time has fought for you and your family's conservative values. Elect Josh Mandel in the Ohio U.S. Senate Republican primary.
Paid for by Patriotic Veterans, Inc., a 501c4 committee, not coordinated with any candidate or campaign committee.
Hey, man, what can I get you?
Yeah, can I have 2 Coors Lights?
You got it. Hey, Mike! I need 2 Coors Lights!
Sure thing. With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go.
Thanks, Mike. Doing a great job. All right, 2 ice-cold Coors Lights.
That's the coldest beer I've ever had.
Hey, they don't call it the world's most refreshing beer for nothing.
Okay, be honest with me. Do you really have the Rocky Mountains in your beer cooler?
You don't believe it? Check it out.
Man, that's pretty amazing.
I know, right? I can't believe it myself sometimes. I mean, this cooler is only 3 feet wide.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Hello, everyone, from the Watchdog. I am the Storm Tracker Darnell Foster with a look at your local weather forecast for your Tuesday. Partly to mostly cloudy skies, a cold day with a high near 47. The overnight low of 35 with a few widely scattered showers. Clouds and sunshine and a milder day in store for your Wednesday with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, the Watchdog.
The Penguinis on the radio right here, okay? The Penguinis will be on the air today. Would you get the song ready, I'm a Loser, Lola, by the Beatles? That'll be Army's intro. That's all. You gonna mess with me? You see that?
It's good to see you.
I know. Well, it's good to be seen. You know, I'm almost as thin as you.
You kidding me?
Well, how much you weigh?
185.
Yeah, 157. What do you weigh, DJ?
Haven't looked in a while. Don't want to. Scared of that.
Why? You gained some weight? All that free food you eat on the
Probably.
road? Oh, yeah, you've gained some weight. Yeah.
Are we on air right now?
No, we're on the air right now.
No?
No, we are. Why?
I just wondering.
Okay. I forgot your Christmas present.
That's okay.
This is the first time I've been here.
You being here is enough of a Christmas present for
Well,
me.
yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle, but I made it to the bathroom. That's what counts.
There you go.
And we got nice flooring. Did you notice it?
I saw that. Very nice.
Yeah. We're going to get carpeting in here, and, it's, yeah. So what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a you can pronounce it however you want. It's the BAI drink.
What is it?
I call it a bay.
It's colored
Other
water.
people call Bai. I don't know.
Why are you drinking it? What does it have in it that makes you healthy?
I don't know. It was the best
me see
thing
that.
that was available at Mugshot, so I went with it.
Lola, you familiar with this? I know it's whiskey, cognac, and beer, but
I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off today, so this was a good option. As I unfortunately have my sandwich also that I might just munch on in front of you at the moment. So
I got food too.
Oh, good. We're even then. That works.
You got buffalo chicken wrap.
Yeah.
Total carbohydrates 4%. Total sugars 1 gram. That's good. Protein none. Potassium 20 mg. Vitamin C I don't know. I see this everywhere. All kinds of drinks. You can buy things now to put in your water.
I know.
What's it do?
I don't know. It gives you
Flavors
flavor.
it.
Does it win hockey games? Oh, you wouldn't know about winning. Anyhow.
This guy.
Hey, how'd Providence do? I haven't checked the market.
Okay.
All right.
It was a good run, though. They made it tight at the end, but
The best run was St. Peter's. Come on.
I know.
And I'm rooting for. By the way, at 2:35, I got to take a 5-minute break with my bookie. I mean, my odds maker. Okay.
Perfect, because you got him for the first half, and
You
then
got me for half.
I'm here for the whole thing. So
Okay, I got him for the first half.
yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm going to ask you?
Yeah, ask me whatever you want. How'd you get so good looking? I know it's a common question.
Yeah. Remember what I told you at the beginning of the year? I don't think I'm going to be jumping off a bridge.
I think you are.
Yeah.
You said just be better than 500 is what you said. Is what your direct quote
Yeah, but
was,
if you're under 500,
Yeah, I know. I'm not worried about that.
I'm going to go on a rant.
Yeah,
Because I expected good things from you,
I know.
especially when you were winning that month of February. What happened in March?
A lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of things. There's I think for a team that I think we're mentally fragile.
That's your job to make sure you're not fragile.
Exactly. So it's one where we had 2 games on the road in Toledo and in Reading we should have at least gotten a point out of. And unfortunately, we didn't. And then all of a sudden you kind of, you lose some players and now all of a sudden you're pressing and there's been some, it's just been kind of an uphill battle, but I think that's what happens when you're in a team that hasn't won. You have to learn how to win, and you have to learn how to be in these hard situations. And it's not just enough to say, I want to be in the situation. You gotta absolutely give everything for the situation, for the win.
Oh.
And I think we're learning that, unfortunately, right now. But it's one that you have to go through to get to that other side, as you know.
With what's been happening the last few weeks, it's one that doesn't drive you to drink.
I've had a few drinks.
Have you? Okay. Probably on those tough losses on the road, where they're accumulating a little bit, you probably just keep the headphones on and don't want to hear anything and look at video of the next team, right?
I go straight to our video. So I've seen a lot of video the last few. We've dissected a lot. I've gone through statistically, kind of keeping my stuff, and but yeah, it's one that I put my head down and go to work.
Yeah.
This is the time I have to be better and harder at work.
What's the word that everybody does? They have numbers with the guys. What's that called, DJ? The numbers. Guys.
Analytics?
Yeah. Do you do analytics?
I do analytics.
You can spell it too?
I can spell it.
Okay. I can't.
You had to think about that.
Did we need analytics when Bobby Orr was playing or Wayne Gretzky? No.
No, I don't think so.
No. Do we need it? Do you want to know everything a guy does?
I think there's a place for it. Like, there's a certain place. Like, typically, it backs up my answer where I'm like, I didn't think he was very good. And I'm like, okay, yeah, he was not very good at all.
Okay.
So it does back up. I think it gives you a good standing when you talk to a guy and you're like, hey, listen, you weren't very good. Instead of hey, it's my opinion. It's, well, guess what? Here's what you showed for chances against, turnovers, and all that stuff.
Yeah, okay. Are your standings in here?
This
This is a nutting newspaper in Washington, PA, and they don't have your But they got Sunday's news.
So we are
Fourth.
Tuesday.
We're in fourth. We're 2 points behind Cincinnati for third, and 2 points ahead of fifth. So it's a log jam in our from third to
I
fifth.
told DJ, I said, you know what? It's going to go down to the last weekend.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
And whatever. Look at the mess I made. Boy, I can't even. Whatever. Let me get organized here. All right. So I like the new owner of the Yankees, Bob Nutting, because they haven't spent a dime.
Yeah.
Bob, are you listening? I meant it. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. I'm
A
baffled.
team with all the money they have some holes to fill. You know.
Some holes.
I thought Freeman would go there.
I saw a paper and they picked them to win the division. I was like, what insane planet are you on that you're picking the Yankees to win the division?
You know, they got, I don't know. I think they're going to might end up with Brian Reynolds, like Seattle, San Diego.
I mean,
then I won't be able to recognize any of the Pirates except for a couple young guys. Hayes, Davis. All right. I want the Pirates to be competitive, you know?
I'd like that too.
And I can't wait to see their jerseys and what decals they're going to be wearing and patches.
Oh, are they switching the jerseys up? Or are they just putting the ads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see Golden Arches, Nike.
Yeah.
You know? What do you have on your helmets?
We have just our logo.
Okay.
I don't think anyone sponsored this year.
Yeah. Well, get somebody that's good.
You should. The Watchdog.
But don't we have a thing on the ice? Do we have billboards?
You have
You got a dasher, I think.
A dasher?
But that would be cool if you're on the helmet.
Yeah. Does it cost anything?
I'm sure it does.
Oh, sorry. I mean, Lola can stand out in front of River City, you know, instead of pencils, we take change. I didn't mean to say that, Mr. Nutting. Seriously, I didn't mean, yes, I did. But I was just wondering, Yankees haven't done, be careful, Bill, they haven't done crap.
No. I mean.
I thought Freeman was going to go there.
Well, if they think.
Correa was going to go there.
I don't know how after this year, you know, after 22 seasons or whatever with Brian Cashman,
Time to go.
How you can keep him. If they have a successful year, hey, he's much smarter than I am. But if they struggle, then yeah, there's some.
Define successful.
For me, win the division or win a playoff round.
Yeah.
Is your not even get to the World Series?
Not for this year. I would show it finally shows a step in the right direction for me. The wild card game is not good enough if you're a New York Yankee.
No. And prices have gone up in their concession stands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Beer's like $15, 22 ounces. Give me a break. You know?
It better be a 20% beer.
But you know, tickets have gone up since they've gone into the new Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
And they lost a lot of season ticket holders because they just couldn't afford even the cheap seats.
Yeah.
And it's that way in Boston too. You know. I liked Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good Story. What a segue that was. But, Providence hockey team, how are they doing?
They're out.
Out.
They're out. There's no Hockey East in the left.
You mean my little Terriers are done? BC's
They
done?
didn't even get to the dance.
Yeah.
Northeastern?
Done.
Knocked out in the tournament.
And I can't believe Italy is not going to be qualifying for the World Cup.
I know.
Canada is.
Some little country about as big as Weirton beat them, you know?
Who knocked out Italy?
What was it?
I think it was North Macedonia.
Yeah, China.
What?
North Macedonia in the open, yeah.
Knocked out? Oh, my God.
Yeah, Italy's gone.
Well, I can't believe Canada's in it.
I know.
Yeah.
USA's
United
close.
States is in it, right?
Yeah, they just need a point tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, actually, they don't even really need a point. They just need not to lose by like 6.
Imagine that.
Not kidding. That's actually
Imagine
the
if you went
legit.
in the game, hey, guys, let's just not lose by 6.
They have a plus 13 goal differential, and Costa Rica's a plus 3. So basically, like literally, as long as they don't lose by 6, like they're good.
You know what the cry is in Detroit? Let's not get beat by 9 goals. Whoops, sorry, Lola. Oh. Uh-oh. Here.
Well, actually, Lola, congratulations on being on the Hard Knocks team next year.
Yeah, that's bad. And
it took them this long to get there.
In
That's
2024, you got the NFL draft in the Motor City.
Whoa.
That's big.
That is big.
That's money, baby. You know, all those people paying monies with their signs? Go Rams, go Giants.
No, the Frozen Four in Boston is what? Michigan, Minnesota, Minnesota State, and Denver.
Yeah.
No
Yippee.
teams from the East?
No,
Yippee.
nothing.
Yeah. Get your
In
travel
Boston?
out. Yes.
That won't be sellouts, will it?
Probably not.
No.
That's unbelievable.
Get your travel going.
Well, maybe it's all fixed from all the good fellas in Providence, you know?
That could be.
Yeah.
My people.
Are they your people? No, they're my people. You're not Italian, are you?
No, I just would mean they're, good Rhode Island, good Providence.
Yeah, okay, all right.
What the heck is Army?
They think it was like French, like L''armée, and then to make it more English, like to make it more like, hey, we're American too. They changed it to someone, switched it to Army along the way, but no one really knows.
Got it.
So you haven't broken a stick lately or anything, have you?
Oh, I've broken a few sticks.
You haven't jumped over to punch out the coach?
No.
What's next? What haven't you done? Have you sworn at anybody? Like, you know good, you know what?
I've gotten my fair share mad. I've gotten, I haven't been probably the most pleasant guy to be around.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. All that stress, anxiety is bad for your heart.
Oh, I know that.
I had a doctor in the hospital, didn't speak English very well, but he said, hit the Fabio. Yeah. Here's your regular heartbeat. High anxiety. Rant. He says, knowing you go off the deep end. Yeah. It all affects your heart, Coach.
Yeah.
You don't want to have a heart attack.
I talked to, there was one in Kalamazoo, I thought the refs were absolutely horrendous. We
Is
lost,
that the one we got 4 penalties in a row?
Yes.
Okay.
7-6 game, and it was just I thought the reffing was atrocious. The guy's a good guy, but kind of cost us. And so for me, I'm upset coming off the ice and the wires cross. But it's one that, I think looking at it as a person in the public, being smart, but also for my own self, there's times where I just got to take a deep breath and, hey, this is a hockey game. I got to take a step back, but it is one that, I put my life into, I want to make wheeling great. So I'm investing a lot.
I've heard that theme before.
Yeah, you have.
Make somebody or something.
Oh. I didn't mean to make that.
What are you doing
reference.
over there? Why are you hiding behind the screen?
I'm finishing up my wrap here.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of wrap is that?
Buffalo chicken.
Where'd you get that?
Mug shots.
Yeah, give him a free plug.
There you go.
Okay.
What we do.
Oh, Army, I thought you was the greatest thing since...
Miller Lite?
No. What's his name? Cherry. Don Cherry.
Oh, grapes.
Yeah. He would fly off the deep end.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those were the good old days. If only they could have beaten Montreal once or twice in Stanley Cup.
I know.
Then in the 80s, Montreal basically sucked, but they couldn't beat Wayne Gretzky in Edmonton.
Yeah.
My buddies covered the game where the power went out.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they said it was weird. They couldn't see like 2 feet in front of them.
Wow.
At the old Boston Garden.
The Garden.
So the Garden's hosting the Frozen Four, and there's no teams from the East in it.
That's right.
I can't believe it. I would think of Northeastern or BU. I don't know. Maybe it's PU. I don't know. Whatever. It's just a game, right? Right, Army?
It's a game we put our life on,
There's a sign
though.
behind you. No cell phone use.
Sorry, that's a... the
Was
wife
that
needed me.
important?
Yeah.
Hey, tell me about your new goaltender.
Which new goaltender?
He's going to slap people around. Will Smith.
Oh, talk about crazy that was.
Yeah, some people agree with me, some people don't. I thought it was staged.
Some people
You
have
look at
told
one
me,
angle and you have the sound up, it's like he's going, and then he gets slapped.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But
You're not the first person I've heard say that, actually.
No, I've heard it a few times.
See, people be talking about this for a long time.
Well, it would be if it was a real slap, though. You would think. Now I wasn't watching live, but you would think the show people would come and say, "Listen, you got to get out of here for that. It's time for you to leave."
Yeah. He was swearing, though. I know someone
Oh,
swear. Yeah.
As the person who first told me that it was staged said, you are dealing with actors. It is their job to act.
Yeah, but not at someplace special like that. Come on.
I don't know.
It's like Lola said, it was all about Will Smith and Chris Rock, But, other than that, nobody's talking about who the real winners were. Well, Will Smith got a trophy.
People don't watch it anymore. They need to do things to make people watch it.
Yeah. The ratings have been down a long time.
There you go.
Yeah. I remember.
Well, there it is on the TV right there.
Oh, no.
It actually doesn't look like he hits him.
Who's that? Is that his wife?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, that's her. Well, who was it?
That's not Jada Pinkett.
Okay, I don't know. Okay.
they're interviewing anybody and everybody about this. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
And then Denzel Washington puts his arms around Will. Oh, brother, what happened? Yeah, did you see that, Army?
I saw that. I wonder where. It did look like De Niro though was with Chris Rock. De Niro and there's a couple of guys. Who had.
Okay. Yeah, what show is this? The Talk. Oh, that figures. We'll see that video over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
We'll probably see it during
but
the.
you know, who else won?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Nobody's talking about any of the people that have poured heart and soul for years into these projects. Nobody's talking about them.
No.
It's all about this. And it's sad. I feel bad for all the other people that were nominated.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I
won.
don't have the list that everybody's talking about. Oh boy.
Well,
I
it
just know
says a
King
lot
Richard
about
won.
our
That's all I knew.
society,
Yeah.
that, you know, we care more about that incident than we do about the arts.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, all those people that worked hard to get the Oscar, right?
Yeah.
Me, I never won any kind of award like that. Well, I'm in the Pennsylvania Hall of Fame. I got a plaque and a ring, but yeah. But it was not a team effort. It was just me. I'm the one that built up a network. I never got an Emmy Award.
Your mind is somewhere else.
You just got an enemy award. That's all you
Never
got.
had an enema.
Yeah. Now, is that nice, Army? Is that nice talking like that to me?
I'm sorry.
I'm recovering.
I know.
I like to be recovering like alcoholic. At least I'd have a reason, But I had some of that wine. What was that wine, Lola? You got to get this wine.
What is
PG
it?
Georgia, whatever, Lola. Yeah.
Oh.
It is great wine. Take a picture of it and go get it.
I thought I wasn't allowed to use my phone. Can I use my phone?
Yeah, you have my permission. It is great wine.
Looks like it was.
Yeah, well,
in the past tense.
Janet from Valley Cheese.
Yeah.
Me and Lola, we usually take a little sip, and Lola gets to take home maybe half or more than half. It was so good. There's none left, right, Lola? Oh no, anyhow. And you guys, this is great cheese. Take a
It
picture.
looks it.
Take a picture.
That's
of that,
the one. I saw that one the other day.
You can put it anywhere.
I just wanted the picture of you.
Okay, thank you.
Derek's so excited to see you.
Yeah.
I am. I was very happy. I thought there was.
And I'll rip you if you finish the season out of
You could
playoff.
you could rip me.
Because what did we talk about, Bill? This is going to be a good team. Bill, we got a good
Yeah,
players.
I mean,
you can't even blame injuries because nobody's hurt.
Well, I can blame call-ups. Our two best centers aren't with us.
What's wrong with your goaltending?
Just I think we've had some ins and outs, and just there's been times where
You know who you got to get rid of? They haven't won a championship since he took the job.
No, he's our guy. He's the.
Well, your guy ain't putting W's there.
Talk about a good-looking guy with the hair. Look at him.
Yeah?
Fresh cut today, too.
Wow. Yeah, you look like you could have been with the Manson family. Anyhow. Nice pirate hat. I didn't know you liked the Pirates.
I like the Pirates.
Can you name me 5 players?
No, that's
I can't
actually-
either.
I wanted to. When I went to a game last year, I follow baseball, pretty avidly, and I sat down with Jen, and I'm like, Jen, in this game right now, I don't know a single Pirate player. That's just crazy.
And when do you go to Iowa?
Next week.
Next week.
Oh, I wish I could go, but if you
We'll
don't
send
put
you
me,
pictures.
If you don't put me next to the bathroom, forget it.
Yeah.
And
then you're
where
not
would I
allowed-
sleep, on the
and
floor?
You're not allowed to even use the bathroom.
What do you mean?
On the bus.
Why?
It's just the rule.
Are you serious? Is he serious?
You can only use it for.
Yeah, you can only go 1, not 2.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, okay, all right. But boy, oh boy, I was looking forward to that. I was ready to pay the rental.
Yeah.
Did they jack up the price since new ownership?
No.
Being on the field?
No, I called today. It's not costing us a dime.
And you get time on the field?
Yeah.
Only at night do you have to rent.
Yeah.
They put the lights on. You can.
Yeah, we had this phone call today.
Yeah, DJ, you got to take a picture in the outfield and have him coming out of the cornfields. You know?
So yeah, we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do for next week because our time slot that we're on the field is literally coinciding with this show on Tuesday. So
Yeah, have the audio on and you could say, if we had a good team, we will come to the playoffs. There you go.
If you build it.
Yeah. I don't know what you're building. The same old Army. I'm sorry.
No.
Well, surprise me, shock me. Tell them that when you have your group meeting, I wish I was there. Let's win one for DeFabio.
They'd be like, who?
Yeah, probably. They're all
that-
young people, yeah.
Is that the crazy guy? And
Yeah.
I'd say, no. He's
I may be
completely sane.
crazy, but I'm not stupid. Don't you ever forget that.
Nah,
Do you have to leave?
After, when you do the segment, I will.
Okay. Well, it's 2:31.
That's okay.
Okay. Where do you have to go?
Doctors.
Is something wrong
No.
mentally?
No.
Okay. All good. Don't eat a lot of seeds.
What do you
You
mean?
could have diverticulitis right now, whatever they call it.
For seeds?
Oh, yeah. I've
eat
had that
seeds?
for like 10 years. I probably blame it on the junk I've eaten past 10 years or whatever.
So you're saying I need to give up sunflower seeds?
Well, it's up to you. You eat a lot of nuts. I know you work with them, but yeah.
I'm a sunflower seed guy.
Oh, you're something, man. Yeah. DJ, you know I
There's
love
nothing that, well, I shouldn't say there's nothing because the snoring is the ultimate that drives Mindy nuts, but there's also nothing else that annoys her. If I'm just sitting there watching something that I'm like not totally invested in, like not a Red Sox game, because there's a chance if I would flip out, I could swallow one.
How do you know you snore?
No, I do,
Oh my
but
God.
but I will just sit there and I have the seeds and I have my little like Coca-Cola bottle that I just,
Yeah.
one at a time. And
Like
it just,
those natural
it
pistachios?
just drives her up a wall. She's like, are you seriously going to just sit there and just fire off the seeds all night? And I'm like, yep, I sure am.
Wow.
That's my plan.
You know what you ought to try? Baked beans.
Those
Before
are
you go to
good.
bed,
But yeah, if it's not one thing, it's something. I'm doing something that's annoying.
You remember a guy named Goose Goslin?
I heard
radio in the
Goose
morning.
Gossage, but not Gosling.
Goose Goslin. Unfortunately, we were roommates together on Steeler trips. We went to Dublin. The Steelers took the Magic 12. I call them Lucky 12. We always traveled. 8 days in Dublin. All right. I couldn't wait for the pub crawl. That's where you go from pub to pub
Oh,
to
yeah.
pub. I got to pub number 2 and got sick. So who took me to my room? Because I carried him to his room a lot of time. He loved alcohol. Myron Cope. Remember Myron?
Oh, yeah. Terrible towel.
Goose was my roommate. Second night. Next morning, the media, we got to eat free in the hotel cafeteria. We didn't pay for anything, to be honest with you. I said, Goose, you got to stop this snoring. Oh, DeFabio, you're full of, you fill in the blanks. In front of all my media people and the Roonies, we're in the cafeteria. I said, okay, I'll fix your butt. That night, I recorded him.
Got him.
Following morning at breakfast. By the way, everybody, Goose snores. It was one of those big Panasonic tape recorders. Listen to this. And Goose goes, that's me? I said, no, I take myself. But it was awful.
Yeah.
I don't mind gas. Snoring, I mind.
Cooey and I snore each other out, so it works.
Who?
Our assistant coach, he and I room together. So
What's
we
his name, Cooey?
That's his nickname. His name is Ryan Kuwabara.
Oh, okay.
So
on
he's
the
calling
bus-
Cooey, and we just snore each other out.
On the bus, I'm trying, I'll finish work, it's like 1 in the morning, and Deej is on the floor, and all you hear is a symphony of...
Why is he on the floor?
Because he likes it there. He won't climb into a bunk.
Why?
I don't know.
Too high.
Too high.
It's only a couple of feet.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
The ones in the front of the bus are way up there.
Yeah.
Probably 6 feet.
You sit in the front of the bus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You ought to have Deej sit with you.
I would take a couch, but I lose those to the coaches.
He has a side couch, a smaller couch, which is where he does his rests. But then when it's a longer one, he brings like a mat for the floor.
Now, the bus is filled with what, 25 people, 30?
26,
I
27?
wonder
Depends how many he
of-
wants to take on the trip.
I wonder how many snore. That's your job.
Tomorrow will be 24, right? Because you'll
Tell me
take
how many-
19
Yeah.
and then 5 staff. And then next week will probably be in the mid to high 20s.
Yeah. When's your next local trip?
Tomorrow.
Fort Wayne.
Okay. After that, no?
And then we got Iowa.
Okay. Oh, man. I'm sick
And then
now.
Fort Wayne again, I think.
We got a KZoo mixed in too, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go Iowa to Indy, and then we come back for Fort Wayne, or KZoo, and then Fort Wayne.
I wanted to see DJ get lost in the cornfield.
That would be awesome.
I have to find my glove too.
Yeah.
It's buried somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll have my glove out and ready to go.
Yeah.
As a dad now,
Who is your glove, by the way? Because everybody's got the glove with a player on it, right?
well, not even, when I was a kid, I had a Barry Bonds.
I still have a Barry Bonds. That's
Yes.
mine.
Had a Barry Bonds, then eventually it was a Chipper Jones.
Yeah. 1971, I paid $45 for a Rawlings, what is it, 2000?
Oh yeah, good glove.
Now they're about a couple $100.
Is that a Chipper Jones or a Chipper Jones?
What was that?
The old Chip Carey on the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, yeah.
He had the high pitched voice.
Yeah, no nepotism there.
Oh God. Chip. He had a good book.
Back when the Braves used to be on TBS all the time, that was.
Yeah.
Well, that's why as a kid I loved him because I could watch all their games. I was in Maryland.
And Freddie Freeman said, "I love the city of Atlanta. I love the fans. I love my
Take
teammates."
a pay cut.
Yeah. But you know what? In defense of him, because he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's from Southern California. He's going to be close to his family.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm going to leave you with this question.
Yeah, of course.
All right. What are they going to pay Aaron Judge?
I don't know.
You got to pay him a lot.
You got to pay him a lot, and he's their face, and I mean, they're paying a lot of money to some guys that I don't think probably are worth a lot of money, but no one's taking those contracts.
All right, Lola's going.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I love you, Bill. It means you better take a break.
Better take a break. I will, let me quick say before we take a break.
Yeah.
Wheeling fans, do not panic. There's no need to panic. This isn't the teams of the past. Don't panic.
Yeah. And don't worry, fans, I won't be jumping off that bridge.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to throw you.
Yeah. Oh, I'd like to see that. A BU guy kicking some Providence butt. Yeah. I don't want to fight you.
No, God, no, Bill. I'm going to have a few drinks with you. You'll be up on the fire truck with me.
Yeah, we haven't. Well, I've been nursing home.
I know.
Don't ever go to a nursing home. You know?
Yeah.
Stay at a veterinarian's place. You'll get better treatment, especially when you ask for a pain pill and you get it next week. We have a big problem with health care, you know what I mean? And nobody wants to work. There are jobs in Pittsburgh, $75 to $85 an hour for visiting nurses. I would take $25 a visit and clean your butt, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they do. They come, well, I have a couple of visiting nurses. They're very nice, but Mr. DeFabio, you know anybody who wants to work? You know, that's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So if I get back in time, maybe I can come and drop the puck like Ben Roethlisberger and do
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I bet he gets booed tonight by people. A lot of people don't like the guy.
Really?
Well, yeah. Everybody knows he's the Michael Jordan of tipping. You know, Michael Jordan doesn't tip, but he'll spend $20,000 and lose a poker hand. Ben does not tip.
What?
I told you that before. He
No, you
doesn't
didn't.
tip. He expects because he walks in, hey, Ben Roethlisberger is here. Ben Roethlisberger ate at Jerome Bettis' restaurant. Didn't leave a tip. That's his buddy's restaurant.
You mean he doesn't leave a tip on the check? Like,
no.
The check is $95?
He don't pay. He don't pay for anything.
What? You're insane.
No, I don't make this stuff up.
You're crazy if you don't think he leaves it.
No.
You're telling me he goes to Subway and orders a sandwich. He's not putting $1 in the jar.
Oh, no.
That's insanity.
No. Michael Jordan's the same way.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured MJ'd be handing out
He'll
hundreds.
lose $20,000 in a hand, poker hand. One. You know? He'll go to Vegas and blow $500,000. Don't think anything about
See,
it.
this is why Derek's the mayor, because he goes to, just a simple
Are you a good tipper?
over the
I
counter
always
pot,
tip.
and he always puts
I
the
always
money
tip.
in. He's a good guy.
How about
Alligator Arms Avasala? Alligator Arms, he tips. Yeah, he tips. He's a good tipper. Yeah. It's hard to reach the check, but he does tip.
Well said.
Okay. DJ, we love you. Well, he does. But,
Yeah.
All right. I'll probably be back home in my room, in my studio next week.
Okay.
I had to bribe my kid and his girlfriend.
That's okay. We'll be in Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have to
Call me
figure
from
out.
the cornfield.
You want to do that?
Well, I don't know. You know what the service is like in Iowa, like on a cornfield. I can't imagine there's great
Yeah,
service.
that's a good
I can't
point.
imagine there's great cell service.
Yeah, between
It's
12 and
wide open, though. It's not like there's any trees or anything.
Yeah,
to
and I had
block it.
Iowa in my Final Four.
Yeah,
That
it's
didn't
not
do
great.
it. Oh, I had Kentucky too.
Oof.
Yeah. If you think about it, between 12 and 3, what day of the week?
Tuesday we're going.
Call me from the cornfield.
Okay.
Live from. Oh, that would be great.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll give you credit. No, I won't.
Perfect.
Hey, win 8 out of the next 10. Okay.
That's it.
That's
I would
actually
love that.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll get you in.
Oh, easy.
I was gonna say my number right now is.
Stop saying numbers. I gotta stop because we were red hot. Everything was going great, and this guy decides to come in and tell me we were red hot, and he goes, "All you got to do is go 13-13 down the stretch, and we're in the playoffs." And I'm like, "We're red hot. I'm not worried about
What, are you
that."
superstitious?
I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious.
Okay, whatever.
But he starts.
You gotta get the
actually,
reference.
this is what I'm gonna call. That's the reference from The Office. But before you start talking numbers, I'm gonna leave so that way I can't hear him talk about it. And
Yeah,
I'll
but
let
I
you-
just said.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I'll just say I have a number that I think
You guys talk about
I am
second segment.
comfortable with a number that would get us in, and then it progressively there's one number that I go, yep, we're pretty good there. There's one that would be a biting your nails, and then there's I don't think we can go down as far as that, but yeah.
Yeah, you don't make the playoffs. I buy the team, and I fire your butt, and I bring in Jay Caulfield.
I don't know who Jay Caulfield is.
Oh, my God. Is he kidding me? He was Mario's bouncer.
Does the Penguin stuff.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to take a call. Go ahead. Who is it, Lola?
It's Legend.
Legend. Oh, I forgot about him.
Yes,
hey, let's
I
take a
know.
break.
We have to
Go
take
ahead,
a
Army.
break.
Get going.
Okay, thanks,
All right.
guys. Bill, great to see you.
Yeah, good to be seen in the studio. All right. All you got to do is win. Okay.
See you, bud.
Okay. I forgot about the Legend. Legend, we have DJ Abasella here. He's the voice of the Wheeling Nailers, and you should get your butt down here. I'll even give you tickets to see a Nailers game. How's that sound?
Sounds good, sir.
All right, DJ, hang on for a minute. I want this guy on for a few minutes.
No problem.
I'm going to give him about 40 minutes on Thursday.
That works.
As we get closer to the Final Four. Give me the odds on Kansas and Villanova.
Okay. Kansas is favored by 4.5. The total is 133.
4.5. 133. That seems to be everybody's odds-on favorite to win it, right? Kansas.
Yeah, they're both the same practically.
Yeah. Well, Villanova's missing that starter that was pretty good coming off the bench, but
Right.
whatever.
More, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hart,
Mike K, Coach K. I think a lot of people are rooting for him. I am because he's an old guy. He's only 5 years older than me. What are the odds? North Carolina. What a great matchup! First time these two teams have ever met in the postseason. North Carolina, they got some studs, especially that guy with the long beard that goes down to his belly button. He blocks a lot of shots. Duke, it's not the same Duke team that North Carolina beat in Duke's last home game, which I thought was shameful. Here it is, Coach K's last game at home, and you turn into potholes, so to speak. So I'm sure NC is favored, but what are the odds?
Well, it was the same as the Kansas game. It was 4.5. Now it's down to 4. Duke is favored. As you mentioned about the player with the long hair, he got thrown out of the Baylor game.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with him.
That number 5, he was a monster.
Yeah.
He destroyed that team single-handedly the other day on Sunday.
Yeah, nice beard. Okay. What did I want to ask you? I think I wrote it down somewhere. Wait a minute. What are the chances of the Lakers not making the playoffs? All that talent, and they might be on the outside looking in.
As a matter of fact, you might even have the way it's looking now. Them and the Brooklyn Nets, they have a shot at not making it also.
Okay. All right. Okay, mark this down on your calendar. Thursday, 2:15 to whatever, okay?
Okay.
And you can give me a Masters update. That's golf, in case you want to know details.
Right.
It's one of the big, it's one of the majors.
Okay. Where's it played?
Augusta, Georgia.
Very good. Okay. Remember the hockey team in Atlanta?
Yep.
How many times did they move? 3?
Well, they used to have the Flames, and they got the Thrashers.
Yeah. And who was it? The Hawks moved a couple times?
Yep, I think so.
The Lakers say, well, we're tied with the Celtics for the most NBA titles, but they won about 4 or 5 of those in Minnesota.
Right.
That shouldn't count.
Masters, a tradition unlike any other.
That's because you read off your cell phone.
Well, I knew what I wanted to make sure I had the wording right.
Yeah, that's okay. And also the Derby, right? Kentucky Derby?
Kentucky Derby, May, first week in May.
All right. The Pirates open up with who? Do you know? Don't make me look up my schedule. Okay. I think they're at home. DJ's got the...
I got the app.
Okay.
Let's see.
Is it the Cubs?
They're beating the Red Sox right now. How embarrassing is that?
It's preseason.
Yeah, I know it is. They open at St. Louis.
Okay.
And their home opener is against the Nats.
Albert Pujols. He's the Pirate Killer. Did you know that, Legend?
Yes, I did.
50 career home runs, 30 of them at PNC Park.
Actually, that's a fun question to ask the Legend. Does the Legend have the odds on who's the favorite to win the AL East this year?
Oh, way to go, man. It's called Stump the Legend.
He knows Bill knows who I like in the AL East.
It's not the Orioles. We know that. We can eliminate them, but the other 4 teams, it's a good race.
I don't know who you like in the AL East. Who?
Toronto Blue Jays.
Why do you like them? They're a Canadian team.
I know, but their lineup's stacked, and they got a great. Their pitching's unbelievable.
All those kids, whose dads were Major League All-Stars.
Yeah.
I've interviewed all of them. Bichette, all those guys. And now
Vlad
their kids
Guerrero.
are playing. Yeah. That's a good team, too.
They developed, and then they went out and added pieces to it.
Yeah.
So they did a pretty good job of it. It's a toss-up. Like, the 4 teams are all very, very good. Like, Tampa didn't lose much. Boston, New York, like, it's going to be a race.
Did you know I'm going to promote this big-time fight? I want you to give me odds on. I'm going to be a promoter now. Smith and Rock, too. Smith and Rock, too. Did you think it was fake?
No, not at all.
Okay, all right.
Not at all. And what they said was that he didn't know. He knew.
Yeah, he knew.
He knew.
And I guess he had a big apology either yesterday or today. I don't know. But everywhere I
don't
go,
blame him.
Sports Center,
I'd have done it too.
Sports Center, CBS Sports, they all have this video. I'm tired of looking at the video. I really am. Whatever.
It was all over the radio last night. By the way, I have a question for the both of you.
Okay, if we can't answer, we'll make up something.
Who is the Atlanta Thrashers?
Who is what for the Atlanta Thrashers?
The announcer.
You should know that.
Gosh, I don't know. I'm trying to remember who the Thrashers had. I don't know.
Was his son
Scott Farrell?
My buddy. He was my stringer in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And he mentions me on his national show.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he was a wacko, but he's making millions of dollars. Yeah. He was smoking. Oh, I better not say that. He could.
Yeah, Bill. Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah. He sounded like Myron Cope, or he tried to sound like Myron Cope. He's doing very well on Sirius Radio.
He is.
Yeah, you ever hear of him, Scott Farrell?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. He was my stringer. I was his stringer. In the mornings he sounded good with Steeler reports. It's like, where did he get all that stuff? It was me.
It's been 11 seasons since the Thrashers.
Wow.
They had the bad. Didn't they have the bad accident down there?
Who?
Or accident. One of the hockey players died.
Oh,
Was there a
yeah.
bad accident?
Yeah.
What was that?
Danny Heatley? Was it Danny Heatley?
Heatley was in it, but he didn't die from it.
Right.
Ben Simon, who actually was the head coach in Cincinnati in our league, he's not a head coach in the American League, was in it. What was the guy's name? I'm trying to remember who it was, but yeah, you're absolutely right because they wore the patches on the jerseys, the whole thing.
Yeah, who was the goaltender that his throat was slit or something and he almost died on the ice?
Malarchuk.
Yeah, that was for the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah. All right, the Atlanta Thrashers. Jeez, me's.
Yeah,
All right.
Dan Snyder.
Dan Snyder? Okay. All right, Legend, 2:15 Thursday.
Okay.
I'll be back home in my room, okay?
All right.
All right. And looking forward to that dinner you owe me so I can give you the Best of Notre Dame DVD section.
Well, you know what Thursday is, don't you?
No.
Somebody turned 64.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to get a nice gift like the last time.
I know that was great.
I gave him
by the way.
you remember Notre Dame in the good old days?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. An autograph of Tommy Clemens and, what was his name? Era Parsegian. I could have got a lot of money out of eBay. Do you have
That
some?
was very,
Do you
very
have?
sentimental photo for me.
Yeah. Did you put a nice frame on it?
Nice frame on it. I even told Tommy Clements' brother I had that picture.
Yeah. Did he tell you that Dave Casper wanted to choke me when I said, yeah, Era Parsegian, he played for that 10-10 tie? Took me right out of my seat. Oh, I thought he was going to choke me. Whoa. Well, Legend, I got your numbers here. Maybe they'll change by Thursday, okay?
Okay.
Who do you got winning the women's? Because I watched UConn last night.
Wow, that was double overtime.
Yeah, first. That never happened before.
And then you have the other what is it, South Carolina and
Yeah, I think South Carolina is
Louisville.
just too good. South Carolina is too good. But Gino, 28 appearances and final, what's it called? 16? Sweet 16?
Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four.
Yeah, 14 in a row. You like Connecticut girls?
They are pretty much relevant every year.
Yeah.
Them and Tennessee was always in it.
Yeah, if you're not a basketball player, why would you go to that school? It's like State College. There's nothing but cows and cornfields out there.
Which one, Connecticut or Tennessee?
Connecticut. Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
Or you could go get stuck in Russia like that other girl.
Oh yeah. But yet they let some guy go. An American. Let him go.
Hartford's not exactly paradise, I'll tell you that. I mean, it's not the
yeah.
safest city in the world.
Yeah. What about Bristol?
Never been to Bristol.
Oh, that's the home of what network?
ESPN.
Yeah.
Yes, one of my favorite hockey players in Hartford.
Who's that?
Stu Grimson, the Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper, yep.
Who is he?
Very nice guy. Great guy.
Yeah.
Former Red Wing.
Oh, the who? Red what?
Yeah.
Red Wings, okay. What are the odds of the Red Wings winning the Stanley Cup next year or this year? Hurry up.
They got a few years. Few years.
He's being nice. All right. Lola, you want to take that break I never took at the bottom of the hour? What'd she say? What'd she say?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
So I'm gone?
Oh, yes, 8
Show
minutes.
is almost over.
Yeah, you're gone. What do you want? Double? You want to be on the air twice? You
Have a
getting
great
greedy?
day.
You getting greedy?
Nice talking to your friend there. Have a great day.
He's a good
Thank
man.
you.
He's a good man.
You too.
And on some nights, okay, you can hear him broadcast a game.
All right.
He's good.
And you don't even need the radio. You can hear it clear out in, Timbuktu.
Believe me, you know where the restaurant is down here? Next to West Banco?
Yeah.
If the door's open and the Nailers score a goal, you can hear his big mouth. It's unbelievable. He's
That's
the
where
best.
I saw the Road Warriors down there, down at Elby's, coming out of Elby's.
Who are the Road Warriors?
Used to be
The
Greenville.
Road Warriors.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, we'll talk to you on Thursday. You let us know if there's any changes before, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
He was a steady caller at the Big Stick in the 70s.
Ah, okay.
The Big Stick being Katie, whatever they called themselves, Matter of fact, he always called me when I was the host of the Mike Lang Show or whatever.
Oh, okay.
That was an hour for good stuff.
I believe it.
Mike would tell some unbelievable stories, and Legend always called.
Nice.
He was one guy to say, do you think you called a lot? You go listen to the fan?
A little bit.
There's a guy who calls every talk show during the day.
Really?
But they don't say anything. I would say, get the hell out. Come on, get a life,
Yep.
It's not about you. You're on one show. Do you have to be on 4? Whatever.
We had that up in Portland. We had a few people who would call into every show.
Yeah. We had a guy, I always used to see him at Wheeling University at the games, but I haven't seen him for a while. And he's what you call an icon character.
Ah.
Okay, all right. What time do we have? 2:53. Did I want to ask you anything more? Are you in any brackets? Yeah. Lola, you have anybody left in your brackets? No.
My bracket's in the toilet, okay? I got Duke to the Final Four. Well, actually, you know what? I could still win one more game because I had Duke going to the semifinals.
What would you
so you
win?
know
Because
what?
probably everybody else
Nothing.
has.
I wouldn't win a darn thing because I was so pitiful the rest of the time.
Yeah.
I had six teams in the Sweet 16. That was it. Not even half the field I had right. Just 6. I stunk.
But isn't it exciting to watch?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I like the bands get into it, and they know they're on camera.
Yeah.
They go nuts.
I mean, like I told you, I went there a couple of weeks ago in Indianapolis. Awesome. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thrilled I did.
And you paid for your ticket, right?
Yeah.
That's a great story. You paid for your ticket.
That's a better story than the fact that I went. I actually paid for the ticket. That makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, well, we got to have
For
fun.
you, at least.
Well, I try not to pay for anything, but I'm a good tipper.
I couldn't believe it. I know I hate to rub it in because you can't go next week, but like when we called the Field of Dreams today, and I was like, yeah, so do you need a credit card? Do you put that on for the field? And they're like, no, you guys can just come on and play. And we're like, oh, okay.
Make sure you get that person's number.
Yeah.
There's no charge to be on the field.
Not during the day.
We'll take a lot of pictures, send them to me.
Yeah.
And between 12 and 3, live from the cornfields. Oh, that would be great radio.
There you go.
And I'll take credit for it, okay?
Okay.
No, I won't. But remember.
I got to remember because we're on the time change out there because we're in the Central.
Okay. Where's your hotel? In Colorado?
It's in
You're in a
Coralville.
Motel 6, right?
No.
Okay.
We're in a hotel that's connected to the arena.
Is that hockey team any good?
I mean, they're playing a heck of a lot better right now. Like, we've got to keep them down.
Yeah.
They could do us a favor tomorrow and beat Kalamazoo. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And then,
How superstitious is Army? Didn't want us to talk about how many you have to win out. I wanted to say
He
something,
is.
but
He
yeah,
is.
Yeah. Well, most, how about pitchers? He's still got pitchers that'll jump over the foul lines. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. What if they twist an ankle? You know what? Yeah, whatever.
My thought is, I think 7-3, I'm comfortable, gets us in. Because then Kalamazoo would have to go 8-2, which that's a tall task, especially with some of the opponents they have left. I think 7-3, we're good. I think 6-4 gets nail bitey, and then I'm not confident with 5-5.
No, I'm not either.
So like when you said 8-2, I'm like, yep. Because then Kalamazoo would have to go 9-1. So you know what? I'm confident with 8-2.
Yeah, well, just get into the playoffs, will you?
Yeah.
I don't feel like jumping off. Well, you're not going to win a championship. You know, I'll eat dog food if you do too.
Okay, we up the ante. He's going to eat dog food and jump off a bridge. Good.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Is that?
Yeah. I'll take Lola.
I don't know which would be more entertaining, Lola. Dog food or the bridge? That's a tough call.
Yeah. Hey, some good dog food looks good on the commercials. This is 100% steak or whatever, beef, you know?
Well, I don't know if I want to get into this. There's only 4 minutes left in the hour, but
get into it.
My stepdad, we had next door neighbors who had dogs, and we had a dog, and they would have these at-home bake your own dog bone stuff, and it was all like normal, regular ingredients. It wasn't like mashed up, bird brain.
It was milk bone.
It was yeah. You could literally bake it. It's just like flour and yeast and So it's like, well, you could eat them. Regular human beings could eat them because everything that's in it, regular human beings eat. So
Just get into.
Might have eaten a dog bone. Who knows?
Get into the playoffs, and we'll talk later.
Okay.
All right. And next Tuesday, right? You're in the field.
From the Field of Dreams.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, so we will not be here on Tuesday. I may have to remind you that on my Sunday night post-game text, but.
Okay. If you run into Kevin Costner, tell him that you know somebody, Lola Miller, would like to marry him.
Oh, okay. Got
Wait
it.
a minute. You don't like him, do you, Lola? Okay. If he walked in the door, you wouldn't go, oh, Kevin. No? Okay.
She wants to slap him in the face because that's all we're talking about the last day and a half.
Well, they're going to be talking about that for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it's unbelievable. Lola's right. I have to go on my cell phone to who won what.
Yeah.
You know? Whatever. Yeah, that's the way it is. Remember who used to say that? That's the way it is.
It is what it is.
Tuesday.
That's a
March
line I like to
29th,
use.
2022. Walter Cronkite.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Who replaced him?
No clue.
Dan Rather.
Okay.
How'd Dan Rather get the job?
Don't know.
He did a good job reporting for a station in Dallas. Some guy, JFK, was assassinated, and he was like the lead newsman.
I was hoping you were going to name drop that you, pushed him in the door or something like that.
Well, I opened a few doors.
Yep.
All right. Hey, if you need a job, don't ask me.
Okay. I won't.
I don't think you're good enough for the NHL yet.
I don't either.
No, I'm only kidding. You got to get out of here, though. All right? Hey, thank you for very much. Don't forget us next
Great to
Tuesday.
see you, man.
All right. If there's a souvenir shop, let me know. You can buy me some postcards.
There you go.
All right. Well, 3 hours. I'm tired. I'll sleep on the way home. It's been a pleasure being back live in the studio where I belong, and it'll be a while, especially after the second surgery. Lola, thank you. It's good to see you again. Good to see you in a good mood, but a bottle of wine helps that. I am out of here. Be good to each other. That's what the world is all about. The world, yeah, never mind. I don't know what I'm going to say. Love all of you out there.
Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Possible progress in the latest rounds of talks between Ukraine and Russia taking place in Turkey. ABC's Terry Moran is in Lviv and says Russia is suggesting it may back off on some of its demands, and Ukraine says there's room for compromise.
Ukraine has acknowledged that if